And welcome, as always, to Cinematic Epic. I am Adam. I am your GM. We're going to be creating and crafting some narratives in which a party of players has to get through, and it's going to be a delightful amount of fun for me, because sometimes I kill them. Sometimes they have to deal with the red light of doom and despair. I've been a little sparing with it, but maybe this is all a precursor. Maybe it's all been lulling them into a false sense of security. Who knows? You never do. And that's why you gotta watch. You gotta hear the stories, see where they end and how they succeed or fail. To help paint this narrative, we use a little tool called tabletop audio. Tabletop audio is a great way to add just a little bit extra to your content, whether it's your own tabletops at home, whether it's you do something like this online. It just adds that extra element from rain to inns to bars to castles. So definitely worth checking it out. Last time our party, they went to a place called Vice, the city of Vice on the western coast of our continent that Ambervale presides on. And this is something that has been a bit interesting for the party, as it is a culture shock for sure. They are dealing with a whole new set of technology, of rules, of way magic is used and dealt with, and they're interacting with a quick party favorite. And they're not here to disagree with me yet, so they can't. But it's nothing but the Sean E. Legacy, baby! And so it's a whole lot of fun in the city of Vice, and we'll see how the party deals with things moving forward. They were able to finish Epsilon's deal, so he is in the clear, and they were able to get the supplies for the mud fort, and so those are being taken care of and secured. And so the party's doing a good job, living up to the title that some of them have earned, the champion of humanity. But without further ado, let's bring our party in so they can introduce themselves and we can figure out what's going to be going on today on Cinematic Epic. Hello, how are we doing?
Hey.
Doing pretty well, hello.
Why the yo?
It's just time.
He wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
Oh.
Wasn't ready. Well, let's start introducing our titleless characters.
Wow. It is true. One day. Only people who sing my name are the goblins as of right now.
You know what? It cut out for me and I didn't hear that, and I'm probably glad I didn't. I'm just gonna let it go.
We titleless.
First up, we have Lyra. How we doing?
Yes. Well, look, I'm gonna say it once, I'll say it every time. Still alive, so we're doing pretty good. But we know my name is Alicia. I play the character Lyra. No, Lyra's from Keep Kolok. She traveled to Ambervale via a trade caravan with her best friend for the World Fair in hopes of meeting the thespians, because she can manipulate sound. So she figured, the thespians, being the celebrities that they were at the time, might be able to help her figure out some things, learn some more about herself. But after the events of the World Fair, that was no longer an option. Neither was the Bard's College, because they shut it down because of everything that went on. Understandably so. But she was pretty much left not knowing what to do, where to go. She had no home. Her friend is gone. She had nowhere. She knew no one. She was alone. So she decided to stay in Ambervale. She figured her best bet of traveling, because that's expensive, and being able to go to far off places and hopefully learn more about herself, was to try to join an adventuring party. And she's joined that party. It seems to be going well, and hopefully she gets what she needs, or what she wants, really, and is to learn more about herself.
Perfect. It's chasing a sense of self, learning to get over a little loss from a friend on the same adventure, not quite making it as far as Lyra has continued to, but potentially some new friends on the horizon. Speaking of potential new friends on the horizon, we've got none other than Tavish.
Hello.
Hello.
It's nice to be back from last week.
Yeah, I don't have to do your voice.
I'm Ian. I will be playing. That's true. My name's Ian. I will be playing Tavish this evening. Tavish is a Duhallan, which means that he had lived one life before, and now he's back with something left undone. So he's got some questions. He's got some pondering to do, as well as trying to figure out his role in a world that he isn't truly a part of. So we're going to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's not a man of many words, but he is a man of action. And last session, he tried to find a suit of armor, wasn't quite able to get it in the sum of its original parts. But I'm sure we can put things to work and find some effort. Our next hero, our next adventurer that we have is none other than Epsilon.
Hey.
How we doing?
I'm doing all right. Epsilon, he's a half-dragon human. He's 6 feet tall. He's got fangs, he's got claws, a tail, and he's got horns that crown his head. He's doing pretty good, because last time he got the help of his friends and mentors, and they went on a nice little journey to deliver what they didn't know was a bunch of magic bananas to mice. And little did he know, if at any point, if anyone had opened one of those bags of bananas, that entire bag was gonna be fucking done. So we managed to fucking, just a trap just waiting to be sprung. We managed to make it there. They made it in time, so that's pretty good. His short-term goal of not becoming in crippling debt at the tender age, I don't even remember, at this tender young age. It's good. But now he's got to get his greater recognition, because it's sad not being in the limelight, but it's sad feeling unrecognized, having to see other people be lifted up, but at the same time it'll come in due time.
Yeah, it's a real bummer.
Just maybe not a statue made of gold.
Exactly.
Sorry.
A statue made of gold that was 20 or 40 feet tall. And that statue is of the player who is not here tonight, Sequoia. Sequoia is the daughter of Hedera, Queen of the Forest. She originally came to Ambervale searching for answers, but was quickly found that everyone had a different story to tell. She found her way into the party, and as they adventured about, she's grown a little closer to each one of them. She had a off-and-on relationship with a previous party member, Orlina, where it was they interacted with each other, they liked each other, but they didn't quite know if they could trust each other. But their journeys through the Grey proved to be something of a bonding moment before Orlina abandoned all of her friends. Orlina went back with her parents to rebuild Orvathius. Look, I'm explaining it as Sequoia would describe it. I will be playing a little bit of Sequoia for the evening, so I will do my best. What's it to you? But a little bit of a preamble. So there are some changes to the system to make things a little more streamlined and make things to work a little bit better. One of which is the non-combat traits will now be a blanket +1 for the stat that the player puts into it. So if a player has put 3 into the stat, it is a +3 to that. This will make it a little easier to kind of follow along, as it was a little more vague before. And once we get into it, it's a little self-explanatory, so I'll kind of let that speak for itself. On top of that, we also have made a nerf balance patch coming out to the game. The mastery trait, which was allowing players to reroll combat actions, is now a once per session. So players will have to really think about when they want to wield such masterful traits, and go for those rerolls. Rerolling that 11 isn't so. It's a little easy to be doubt wanting to do that. On top of that, to go over the final bit of preamble, our current gold counts are as followed. Epsilon is at 325 gold after returning to Ambervale. He was much lower than that while they were in the City of Vice, while he was getting duped and paying for Tavish across the board. Tavish is at 385. Sequoia is at 710. And Lyra is at 505 gold. And on top of that, each of the party members is at 2 minor epic tokens and 2 minor cinematic tokens. These tokens can be used for combat or non-combat, respectively, and they allow the players to add a little extra sizzle or remove a touch of luck needed for their abilities to go off and interact with the game in a different way. So how they wield these, we will find out. Will they wield them today? I don't know. Let's see if I can give them a challenge worth consideration. Without further ado, though, we need to get into our episode. Let's begin. As the party got back to Ambervale and the boat, or the ship, I should say, was being prepared for them, each of the party members had a little bit of time to go about the city and take care of a few things. For the most part, this was mainly done by just taking some well-deserved rest. The party has been moving, especially Tavish and Epsilon. Since they went to the Mud Fort, they really hadn't had a day where they weren't traveling, they weren't having to interact with new people, stay on guard, things like that. So all of the party takes a much-deserved day of rest. Even Tavish found himself being pushed a little bit to that limit. He didn't know he had that type of physical toll, and while it does kind of accumulate differently for him, he could just feel the sense of a day of nothing just felt rewarding. Regardless, though, no day is truly nothing for heroes and adventurers, as each one of them went about the city taking care of a few things that they needed to before, well, leaving on another adventure. One of the big ones was Sequoia went to check in on the wives who have lost lives, as she hasn't been able to interact with that foster home, that orphanage, in quite a bit, and she finds that it is no longer what it was. In fact, it has been renamed to the Sanctuary of Sequoia. The Sanctuary of Sequoia is a place where those who have lost their homes, their families, their children, their parents, can come and find a new family. One that is adoptive in its own right, and it's inclusive, and it's a place where people can rebuild themselves a little bit. They can settle in their roots and regrow. Touched by this gesture, Sequoia finds herself, asking if there's anything that she can do, if there's any way that she can help. Most of them inform her that she's done absolutely more than enough. She insists, though, there has to be something. They're putting up all these people. They're dealing with all these things. Like what do they require? One of the things that they did bring up was a financial burden that they're dealing with the fact that there are so many people coming into this sanctuary. Sequoia, without thinking, as gold is relatively meaningless to her personally, gives them 200 gold as a holdover, and she does tell them that she's going to speak to the king to see if there's anything that Ambervale can do to alleviate some of the financial burdens that they're suffering from. Beyond touched by this gesture and the fact that Sequoia is yet again making a difference in their lives, a cheer can be heard throughout the city from none other than the champion of humanity.
Huzzah!
Epsilon's salty.
he's all right. He good.
That's because he's in his room. That's because he's in his cone of silence and he can't hear anything.
Yeah, motherfucking soundproof room. The others are, what's that noise?
The rest of the party, continues on. Lyra finds herself almost ready to get back onto the road. The Ambervale doesn't hold some special meaning for her. In fact, to an extent, it's almost an unpleasant place to be. This is where so much hope and ambition brought her. Yet, only pain kind of remains in this city, echoing where she lost the friend that she used to adventure with. She's pondered at times, am I really a hero of Ambervale, or am I just simply a hero who happens to be fighting under this banner for now? Tavish finds himself traveling through the trade districts and where an anvil can be found in search of the boy Mervis, wondering where the young lad has gotten himself off to. Yet it seems he is a little harder to track down when he doesn't have a specific location to be found at. Tavish spends a decent part of his day doing so before going, it'll work itself out. I have other things I need to take care of. Epsilon, of course, wants to reach out to his mentor Darian and to discuss some of the happenings and also let him know that, hey, I'm not, on the verge of crippling financial debt. So, yay me. But he was in meetings all day with different dignitaries from a couple of different cities and the King's Royal Court. He said via message that he would reach out to you before you left back to the City of Ice. As the party ends up coming back to their house before nightfall in the city, they are greeted by none other than Tim.
Hey.
Hey, so I guess we're going to be going back to Vice. Well, you are going to be going back, but in a way, I got promoted.
Really?
Oh,
good on you, lad.
Did they not tell you? Yeah, so, and he starts rifling through his bag, and you see in his bag, it's full of odd trinkets and, objects, definitely some scrolls and things like that, until finally he pulls out a letter, and he goes, well, this was my copy of it, but, I guess here, and he hands it over to the party. And as the party kind of briefly reads over it, he exclaims kind of the title and is like, yeah, I'm going to Vice with you guys. I'm going to be your treasurer for Ambervale.
Who is that?
Tim, what are you talking about?
He's evolved.
He's cleaned up.
I don't like this.
He said, who is that? I like how we're mid-conversation, that's in my mind, and you just look at him like, who are you?
Well, I guess that would be correct. I mean, unless Lyra has met Tim before.
That's
I don't think
true.
so. Yeah.
No, that was Alicia. Okay. Okay.
Before I was a delivery serviceman, I went to accounting, or I went to school for accounting. So the king felt that I was the perfect fit to come with you guys.
What exactly is the role of a treasurer?
Basically, my job's gonna be to make sure that you don't spend an unnecessary amount of gold on Ambervale's behalf for everything that's going on. So from dinners to wardrobe to making the deal happen in general. So
does that mean that you have money for us to use in Vice from Ambervale?
yes.
Okay. Because for a second, I thought he was going to tell me how to spend my own money, and I don't like that at all.
I mean, I can, but I won't unless you ask.
But you.
Well,
Anyway, I have a few things Oh, thank you, Epsilon. I look forward to adventuring with you you guys again, and I have a few things I'm gonna get ready and prepare. So until we leave tomorrow.
Well, all
Until
right.
we leave tomorrow, we'll see you then.
get some rest.
As Tim begins to venture off, he stops and he looks at Tavish and goes, "Oh, what's his name? Mervis. He was requesting access to this area. I can go fetch him if you want."
Aye, please do. I was looking for him myself.
Not a problem. And he trots off.
Out of my mind, I was thinking, who is that? Why does that name sound familiar? It wasn't even talking to me.
He definitely wasn't. I didn't even know his name was Mervis. That sounds like his daddy hated him.
He said it a minute ago. That's why I remember.
Hey, show some respect. Oh wait, no, that was in Alicia's voice. My bad. I thought that was in character voice. I was be like, no, show some respect. The boy's dead.
Leave
He's
him
dead.
alone. Leave the lad
Dad's
alone.
gone. He just died. Don't disrespect the dead like that.
A few minutes. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Nothing.
A few minutes later, there's a knock at the door, and whoever opens it will
I go to
be
open it.
standing in front of Mervis.
Aye, there you are. Glad that Tim found you.
Yeah. I hear you're going off again already.
Unfortunately, that is the case, Mervis. We will be setting off tomorrow. Do you have a moment to talk and discuss the project that I asked you to work on from last time?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
But I also heard that you were looking for me. Is there something I can do for you, Mervis?
Oh, a couple of the blacksmiths said that you were coming around. They figured I should check in with you.
I was hoping that you had made some progress on that dirk or its designs from last we spoke, as well as my understanding is that you're having difficulty finding a forge to work at consistently.
Yeah. It's definitely, especially with just some of the more recent work orders that the King's put out. A lot of the forges are kind of booked up. The other issue that I'm having is Ambervale is a little set in its ways on how things get made, and so I had this idea maybe that I could come with you guys to Vice.
Were you thinking of setting up shop in Vice? Is that to get around the set in stone ways?
Yeah, and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this flyery pamphlet looking thing, and it's from Vice, and it's all about the weird and bizarre tech of the gnomes and goblins, and it's a blacksmithing / inventory college.
Tavish turns to the other two and is like, do either of you have an objection if we bring young Master Mervis with us?
Epsilon just kind of shrugs, the more the merrier.
How old is he?
He is young. He's maybe 19.
Okay.
Why you react like that?
Okay.
Is there something
I mean-
about Lyra that we don't know yet?
I mean, plain, but that's not pertaining to this. I mean, I guess that's fine. He makes the swords. Does he know how to use them? Is he going to be able to protect himself?
I mean, I've held a sword before. I wouldn't call myself much of a fighter, though.
Held a sword before. Haven't.
Well,
You just make certain you stand behind me.
Yep,
if
stand
that-
behind big man over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. One
I
more
stay
little
behind me too.
one more little thing.
Much does the
I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard that Vice uses some weird like runic magic stuff. Is that true?
Aye, it is. It's bizarre, to say the least. It makes good use. Though, admittedly, I pull my own little rune that we got from Shawnee,
Freak.
correct? The little
Freak.
freak. And, like, I still haven't figured out how this works.
May I?
He's going to take yours. He wasn't
I-
taking mine.
I hand it to Mervis. I can't make much heads of it, but take a look and come inside. Don't stand in the doorway for too long.
Oh, okay. And he shuffles in, and as he's looking over the rune, he starts to exclaim about how it's interesting. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the way this is working is by old runic magic, from my understanding, is based on like the ley line principle rather than like Epsilon, as an example, who can conjure out stuff, via like force of will. Runic magic basically imitated a tiny planet, and so anything that it was attached to, it has its own frequencies that it can move through. So these wires, and he shows how the wires are connected to it, are acting as little amplifiers to this ley line, I bet. Oh, that's so... I can't wait to go to this city. Is everything like this?
Yeah, everything was pretty fancy over there. A lot of magic.
And tricky.
No, I was going to say, honey, you just said a whole lot of words that I don't understand. But what I do know is that ours aren't as sophisticated as some of the others.
There's better ones?
There are better ones.
Yeah, you're...
So they report.
Are each one of yours different?
I don't think so.
I think they're pretty much the same.
How do they know it's you?
Well, from all of what you just said, what I would discern is that it's a different frequency, maybe? I don't know. You know more about this than I do.
Oh, that could work. If they tapped into you, your arcane signature, oh my... Tavish, do you mind if I borrow this tonight?
Feel free, Mervis.
Thank you. I'll make sure I have it with me on the ship tomorrow.
Good to hear. And we will see you on the morrow.
Thanks. And he waves to everybody. It was a pleasure. And he jogs off.
What is the morrow? Is that the name of the ship?
No, alas. That's speaking of the date. Tomorrow. Not having to say the whole word. See you on the morrow? I guess that's not something you've heard before. Just saying I'll see him tomorrow.
I feel like that's more words than saying tomorrow, but sure. That's okay.
And words are poetry, my dear. As I learned, words are poetry, and we must do our best to use them wisely. But that was...
A few words. He sure does say a lot of them.
as the party settles in for the night. They get their food, they get their drink. Epsilon goes back to his room, realizes just it feels drafty now. The bed doesn't feel as comfortable anymore. He feels like he feels like he can hear the outside world, and at first he's thinking to himself, like, did I get duped? Like, is this? And then he realizes that he hasn't. It's just the fact that his expectations and his wants have acclimated to an even higher level, an even nicer level of decadence. And so now the things that he once had that were enough for him just are falling a little short. Tavish,
wants me to be a fiend.
To settle in for the night, Tavish takes a healthy cup of mud wine, because how often can he allow himself to be, in an element so potent as mud wine when he has to keep his wits about it? This being a rare occasion, he decides to allow himself to enjoy it. Lyra settles in.
Tavish turning up out here. I have a good night.
Lyra settles into her room, and again, this city just doesn't quite feel like home, and there's an element of wanting to get back on the road and back to what an active adventure feels like.
And it smells like muffins in here.
That's weird. There's flour everywhere. Did no one clean this room? What's this arrow? I can't stop laughing. As the
one last troll.
As each of the party members falls asleep, the rest is well, and everyone wakes up uninterrupted, save for one.
Oh.
As Epsilon lies there in his bed, for a bit he tosses and turns as his bed feels rough. The sheets feel scratchy, but he eventually he realizes he's being a little whiny. He's just these things keep like itching at him, though. He's Sequoia deserves the title. She does. She deserves it. But Epsilon could deserve a title.
Look at this.
It's these beds, these sheets, like, you did all of this work, all of this anxiety, and now after one night in a different city, everything that has caused you so much stress just doesn't feel like it's enough. Like, you could deserve more. But you push these thoughts aside, and you remember some of the more humble lessons of the Green Grove's Watch, what it means to be a hero, and it does reaffirm in yourself that you try to make sure that you are making each person's life that you interact with just a little bit better. This comforts you, and the sheets seem a bit softer as you're able to settle in for the night. As you fall asleep, it's as if the wind starts blowing extremely hard. And for a second, you get the feeling, you're like, oh, is the window open? And you look, and your window is wide open. And you're puzzled, and you stumble out of your bed, and you reach for your windowsill, and you pull it down. But outside your window is the snowy peaks of a mountain. Confused, you look around your room as if to verify that you're still in it, and you look to the right and you see your bed. You look to the left, you see your closet. You look to the right again, and you're outside. But you knew you were outside, because you were always outside. And that weird sense in a dream where you can be in multiple places at the same time. You realize, as you look at your hands, something's not quite right. And you're like, okay, I'm dreaming. I can just wake up. And then let's roll a knowledge arcane for Epsilon real quick.
That's a good old 3 I got on that. Oh,
Oh,
that
you
is
needed it.
almost.
Ew,
Oh, that
you
was
needed it.
almost atrocious. Holy
Making me
crap!
roll 7. You, Epsilon realizes that he is in some form of magical something. There's an element of arcane to what's happening around him. What he sees in front of him, though, is a hulking figure. Easily 9-10 feet tall, plowing through this snow, this blizzard raging seemingly around him, and he walks mere feet away from Epsilon. Epsilon, let's roll a miscellaneous d20 for Epsilon real quick.
Much
Oh.
better.
One is a
As
whistler.
Epsilon stares at this entity walking by him, there's something about this person, this thing, this something that feels very similar. As this entity gets closer and closer, now standing but a few feet from him, Epsilon tries to look at this form, yet every time he tries to get an idea of what he's looking at, it's as if the details shift and blur away as this shadowy amalgamation just continues to elude his sight. It scoffs this weird, deep whistling tone that feels like it echoes in the surrounding. And then he just continues to walk. Epsilon hears this tone, this low vibrating rhythm, echoing at first all around him and then pinpointing to the north. As Epsilon stares into the north, he sees this weird, faint orange glow pulsing on the horizon. As he stares at this orange glow, we're going to need another miscellaneous d20.
Mm. Oh! Mm.
So close.
A weight feels like it just lands itself on Epsilon's shoulders as he feels 2-3 times heavier. He sinks into the snow, his knees pressed onto the ground, and he hears his own voice whispered in his ears. As he attempts to stand up, he puts his hand down and he hears this clicking noise, and the whole vision flashes as he sees that cold, dark, laboratory-esque room that he has seen in visions prior as his hand touches the ground. But in a flash, it's gone. He presses himself back up to standing, and then as he stares into this orange glow, he feels this power attempting, asking, forcing its way onto his psyche. And so we will, let's see here, let's get a... You may choose to use your Study Arcane, your Spellcasting Fire, or your Perception for this roll. Which would you like?
Let's go with the spellcasting fire.
Perfect. So let's get a roll on Spellcasting Fire.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Time out. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I've seen this rerun before. Time out a minute. Let me. Wait a minute. Let me go ahead and hold on. Let's do can I do study arcane instead? You said that was an option, right?
Study Arcane, not a problem.
Time out. Wait a minute.
That's a +3. 15 is the number to beat.
Oh Lord.
Oh!
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 Oh no. Oh thank God.
Epsilon, for a
burn our house
moment,
down.
Epsilon, for a moment, feels himself like just start walking towards this orange light. Just not knowing why, droning towards it. And he's able to, as he thinks inside of his head, he's watching his body move. He realizes this must be some sort of other arcane. He looks for the runes, he looks for the arcane signatures of it, and he's able to start breaking them, and his body returns to his own control as he stands there. He looks around it as he stares into this magic, trying to now perceive past just this orange glow, what it means. He's pulled lightning fast towards it, as if he's moving at speeds far beyond his own abilities. And then he's at the base of this tower, this spire, and he stares up at this ruined, destroyed city all around him as he emerges up this whole spire, this whole tower, flying through the air before reaching this deep orange, ambered crystal at the top of the spire. And he hears Epsilon. Whispered over and over again. And then, in a cold sweat, Epsilon wakes up in his room. The rest of the night is a touch restless for Epsilon, maybe sleeping for 30 minutes at a time before he hears the rest of the party stirring in the morning. The day is relatively short as the party knows that they need to get to the docks, but breakfast is still had. If there's any character interaction you would like to throw in here, this would be the time before you all head to the docks to leave for the City of Ice.
Are we all downstairs?
Yes, you would all be in your kitchen area.
I don't know. I'm over here like the only thing I feel like I would say is that I'm looking at him like, "Are you okay?"
All
You
looking
don't look-
all okay.
Yeah.
Sweaty. Sweaty looking still. This,
You're not looking too good.
I didn't sleep well last night. Had a weird dream. I don't know. I'll be fine though. Looking.
Are you
Looking.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Okay, just be careful now. Don't be setting things on fire.
Okay. Will do.
The party is able to eat their breakfast, pack their supplies, and travel to the docks. On the way to the docks, Darian does intercept the party and pull Epsilon aside. Epsilon would note, the party would note, that Darian does have a little bit of a urgency in his tone as he approaches the party. He comes up and he's, "Hello everyone, Epsilon," and he grabs Epsilon and kind of pulls him off to the side. I take it by your shaken demeanor and how much precipitation is clinging to you, that you had a dream last night, didn't you?
Can we hear?
Are you attempting to eavesdrop?
Probably, because I'm nosy.
All right, let's get a you may roll on perception, investigation, or sound.
I could use sound.
She wafting the sound over into her ear, like, "Come here, little words."
Yeah, exactly. Now, sound is an attack roll, so it would be a more aggressive way to do it, but it represents your character attempting to manipulate something forcefully.
Why does that just
How bad do
sound
you
bad
want to
when you
know?
say it that way?
How
Because
bad
you
do
are
you
doing
want to
something
know?
forcefully.
We don't.
It is far from the gentle approach.
Okay, we're gonna go with perception.
We're gonna go with perception. All
Yeah.
right, with perception, the number to beat is 11.
Oh, let's see how that goes.
Oh,
Bam.
yo.
Look at that.
Bam.
You are successfully dropping eaves.
Okay.
You had a dream last night, didn't you?
Yes, it was unlike anything I've seen before.
You saw a man, a monster.
Yes, but form was unclear, but familiar for some reason.
Interesting. And did you see anything else?
I saw a spire, and at the top of the spire there was someone that was calling my name.
Calling your name. And do you
Yeah, it
know where
was-
this spire was? Was it a place?
Nowhere I've seen before.
Huh. Good, good.
Nor was the voice anyone I know.
Have you seen Sigma?
Not since we got back from Vice.
I have a feeling she might have gone back with that vessel. She might have already returned.
The Vice?
If she's in Ambervale, I will find her, but I suspect that she's returned to Vice. Epsilon, you must find her.
What would she want to be doing in Vice?
That's what concerns me. I don't know. And I don't like not knowing things. But I do not suspect that this is all happenstance. I trust her. Well, as much as I can trust anyone. But something is leaving me in a state of worry. So, while you're in Vice, ease my mind and find Sigma. Ask her if she's had such a dream.
Okay. Consider it done.
Good. There are some other things that I have to send you on. The journey is going to be picking up pace here soon, Epsilon. You have to be ready to move. Rest is a luxury that you are not going to be able to afford for much longer. For now, take care of this business for Ambervale and Vice, and I'll make sure that the appropriate channels are ready to allow you to do what we're going to need to do.
It's so intense.
Okay.
For now, good luck to you all. Tavish, Lyra, Sequoia. And he turns and leaves the party before responses are made.
Cape flaps and then walks off.
So, what was that all about?
Well, I guess that dream I had last night was I guess more significant than I thought. If more than just myself are experiencing it. So, Arian wants me to look for Sigma while we're in Vice to see if she's seen the same.
Is that the one with the blue hair?
That would be correct.
Now, I might not know a whole lot about dreams and things of that nature, but I feel like if you all had the same dream, I don't know if that doesn't sound like a dream to me.
That's what I'm afraid of.
As the party finds their way to the docks, a young Mervis is excitedly waiting for the group. He waves, "Hey, so, I hope you're not mad, Tavish, but I came up with something that I think is kind of cool. So I did have to use some of the supplies that you had given me for the dagger, but this is what I was able to put together." And he pulls out this like wireframe looking contraption that like slides over his forearm, and then he puts he holds it up, and like while he's holding it up, he's like, right now it doesn't really do a whole lot. It's just kind of bad armor. But one of the things that I was working on with my dad was the idea of trying to understand how magic armors could be, made. And it's an art form that's, seldomly used anymore. But I was thinking when I saw these, what'd you call them, Lyra? Freaks?
Yes, freaks. That's what he told us to call.
Using that as a way to amplify the magic, you get something like this. And he takes your freak and he puts it into like his gauntlet. Now, with the fact that it's using your arcane signature, he puts his left hand on you, his ungauntleted hand, and you feel him pushing as hard as he can against you, and you're like, you could stand here all day and he would never budge you an inch. And then with his right hand, he puts it on you, and you feel him like just start moving your whole like shoulder. Like you have to start like straining to like keep your stance there. This should, in theory, be using an element of your arcane strength as my weapon. Also, in theory, he pulls it out and he hands you back your freak. Epsilon, do you mind if I borrow yours real quick?
He hesitates a little bit after seeing him push him, but he hands it over. Like, I don't know what he's about to do to me, but
he puts it in,
like
and he looks to like the water, like at the dock, and he holds his hand out, and he like shies away from it, and then a small gout of fire shoots from the gauntlet into the water, and he's like, yes! Oh, it works! It works! So using each one of your own, and he pulls it out and hands it back to you. So this would allow me to interact with any hero's ability, so long as they've put it into some sort of runic structure, like these freaks.
I don't like the implication of what you've just said.
Why does this sound like a villain? Like,
okay, come on. He just went straight syndrome on us all of a sudden.
oh
But
my
besides
god!
that, putting that to the side, in character, I'm just like, I don't like what just happened, because that means that Vice has record of everyone who has a freak's abilities and the ability for people to do the same thing you just did.
That might be true, but that does not mean that they can have access.
as Mervis showed us, he needs access to your your freaks
Yes.
to actually use the capacity. If
I just
everybody
worry
has
that-
their own freak on them, that means that he can't use others unless it is given to him.
Well, yeah, Mervis,
Mervis
is
is a
definitely
good.
wrong. I'm more so thinking that a place like Vice, they have to have copies, or not copies, but like record. You know what I mean? They have to have. I would not put it past anyone there to do something like that. And it seems like something that would be very powerful. And you've seen there's all types of people with magic abilities there. That man, we saw a man blow himself up because he tried to leave too hastily.
The party is boarding the ship while this conversation is happening. The voyage is beginning. Well,
That man didn't
I'm sorry,
blow
Tavish?
up because he his. Sorry, I was trying to respond to Epsilon. That man didn't blow up because he was trying to use his magic maliciously and manic others. He was using his magic in a manner to get away from having to face the consequences of his own actions.
I just think that I must be more careful going forward.
I don't know if you should mention the man blowing up in front of the boy.
If it
I
makes
turned-
you, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I turned to Mervis and was like, "Do you have a strong stomach, lad?"
I like to think so.
He don't even look like it.
I turned back to Lyra and say, "Hey, see, the lad's not harmed."
Who is Lyra?
Lyra. I
Um,
can't form your name properly to my own tongue. You'll forgive my
Tavish.
interpretation of your name.
It is not an
Tavish.
interpretation. It is my name.
Oh,
and Epsilon, for what it's worth, it seems when I was experimenting with Tavish's freak, the more I used it, the weaker the connection got. So I would imagine that it has like a limited lifespan when it's not attached to you. So you're, in a way, you're its battery.
that is comforting, but I'll have to pay more attention to what I get from Vice from now on.
As the boat leaves the dock and sets sail into the open waters. Outside of Ambervale on its coast, it is just beautiful. The water is crystal clear. The wind from the mountains as you set sail, it creates this truly like mythical vision of glory and splendor with just about every color that could possibly be represented in its full majesty. The salt water just glistens in the sun, creating this aroma of this almost sweeter smell, as the seas of Ambervale are known to host a myriad of different life, but mermaids are one of the more common creatures that inhabit the water on this side of the continent. Their siren calls can both be something deadly and dangerous, but also something a true beauty to behold. Life springs up in the rip currents of the mermaids, and so the coral reef structure of Ambervale is also rather vibrant. As the party set sails and the sun kind of gets to its midday point, and you can see deeper into the waters as it's above you through the glare, you would see this whole like city of corals, of seaweeds, of sharks and turtles, mermaids, all sorts of different creatures that just flourish in the seas around this side of the continent. The journey continues on, and as you get closer and closer to the prison area and the Green Grove's watch, the waters darken a little bit as this is more a trade route territory, so things get a bit more murkied up. While the journey is happening, Lyra finds herself fiddling with an amulet. This is an amulet that she had received while in her adventures that took her to Ambervale. It's an amulet that, on a few occasions, she's considered throwing away. She knows how she got it. It's not a happy memory. She got it because she had come so close to her goal with her friend Valkyrie. The two of them having met with the Thespians and had a meeting with them. And before that meeting, Okram himself had granted this amulet to the two of them. Each one of them having their own version of it. He spoke about how, to be a thespian, to wield this bardic magic on such an extreme level, well, it could only be truly taught in person. Okram was more than happy to help a bard in need, especially one with such a unique gift and such a unique power. Though Valkyrie was not as gifted as Lyra, he was more than happy to train the both of them. This, of course, would never happen, as that next day was the final show. And that final show would end in such tragedy. As the Bardic Dragon appeared in the city, the Thespians were revealed to be something far more malicious, and Valkyrie would never take another breath. But to Lyra, this amulet has become less of a reminder of the Thespians and the failures of that adventure, but how far her and her friend had come. Having a matching set with someone who is no longer with her, sometimes it is just the little reminder about who she was and what made her be an adventurer to begin with. The boat is rocked hard with some waves nearing the coast of Green Grove's watch, and this daydream, this thought expansion that Lyra was going through is interrupted, and she kind of shakes herself off and kind of returns to just the things she can do while she's on the ship. As the boat gets closer and closer to Vice, the waters darken even further. Gone are the glows of nice color. Gone are the corals and the seaweeds. And now it is only tradeway. Many, many boats frequent these waters to the point where there's even almost traffic, as you have to navigate through slower ships and avoid faster ships. And finally, the party arrives back at the City of Ice. As the boat pulls into the port, they are shown to Dock 8. Dock 8 is a completely open dock. Only the Ambervalian vessel is parked there, as it is bearing the royal insignatures of the Ambervalian family. As the party, shores up the ship and makes sure everything is properly taken care of before they exit it, we will take our 5-minute break.
Oh.
So we will see you on the other side of this to explore the City of Vice once again. We'll see you in just a bit.
God.
And welcome on back. We had a nice little break here just to make sure the party is ready to re-adventure Vice. The session thus far, if you haven't been with us, I of course am your game master Adam, and it's been an interesting one. We've had a lot of character interaction. We found out that the champion of humanity has her own sanctuary within the city of Ambervale. Making sure that it is taken care of, she gave a little gold to it and said she would check with the royal family to see if there's anything they could do to help alleviate that financial burden. Tavish interacted with the blacksmith boy that he is shepherding, mentoring, and maybe even playing an element of fatherly figure too. And now he is bringing this boy to the city of Vice. It's a technological city with some fun, interesting takes on how magic can be used and utilized, much to the slight horror of Epsilon. The journey back to the city was, for the most part, easygoing, though in the mind of Epsilon stirred this dream, this vision, this arcane something that overtook him in the night, something that Darian himself seemed concerned with, and had seemed to already known it happened without being told. Epsilon was asked to check in with Sigma, as Darian believed that she has already left and headed back to Vice prior to the party heading back themselves. And and Lyra mourned her friend, but also paid a level of respect to the journey that the two of them went on, continuing that spirit with this new party. Let's bring our party back and let's explore the city of Vice. As the party docks and they begin exiting the ship, a lone entity stands on the exit way from their actual dock area to the dock proper. And that entity, as you get closer, looks at you all and goes, "So you're the heroes of Ambervale.
Oh, shit.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Vito. What, pray tell, is a vessel like that doing in our esteemed docks?"
We're here to pay for and buy supplies that has been asked of us by the King of Ambervale.
What type of supplies?
I turn to Tim. I'm presuming that he has a list of things.
Tim goes, "We're here for the dock space. We need to secure a dock for Ambervale here in the city of Vice."
We're here to further the relationship between Vice and Ambervale by acquiring a dock space for the royal family.
Most interesting. Well, it seems the whispers of the birds were telling the truth. Dock space for Ambervale here in Vice. I could make that happen. I do, after all, run these docks. But I wouldn't dare do business standing out in the saltwater breeze. Please, won't you join me for a lunch? It's my treat.
We thank you for your generosity, and we'd be happy to join you for the midday meal.
Perfect. And he begins walking. As the party follows Vito, you leave the dock setting and you enter one of the territories of Vice. It is the one that you would recognize as part of the territory where the mage had fled out and tried to leave into the city. That is the territory that you are entering.
Yeah, I knew where we were.
Fortuna.
Not like this.
And so as you enter the territory of Fortuna, everything, it's like everywhere you look is just like cards, craps, dice games. People are playing little pop-up stores. There's whole like establishments for it, things like that. As you get further and further away from the tramway, the luxury of it all starts to slip more and more away. No longer are you seeing, bow-tied individuals, organizedly dealing out cards, and it slips to more, people, hey, I'll bet you for your armor, as they jeer out to you as you walk. In fact, let's get a perception check for our party.
Vice would have crackheads.
Oh my.
I don't like it. What is that? Bullshit. Do I still get +2?
Yes,
no.
you still get all your bonuses, but
Not if it's
for Lyra, you're so where are we going? What in the world?
And
Why
we're
are we still
following-
following this person?
Yeah, pretty much. Look, we're following an orc. Guys, you realize this, right?
Tavish, for you, you're registering so much that's kind of triggering kind of a threat mode, that you're more paying attention to okay, no, they're not actually aggressive. No, okay, that you're not looking at the broader picture of things.
Mm-hmm.
Epsilon, you take note that nobody is letting themselves get within 10 to 15 feet of Vito while he walks down this street. Groups of people will split out of the way and create a path. You also note that as you look down alleyways and and storefronts and stuff like that, you're being followed. And at first, you get that why are these people following us? And you realize that the people following at this distance, they have to be Vito's security. They seem to be already knowing the route that they're going to, and they perfectly trade off to the next member who begins this almost clandestine security detail.
I'm out here gripping my backpack.
My pearls. As the party arrives at what looks like this rundown diner, this grungy little hole in the wall, Vito opens the door and walks in. Before he can even let go of the door, a person that you didn't even notice because he was so blended in with the trash of the environment, stands up and holds the door you want to make a bet? As the party walks by him. Inside this diner, it shifts to, soft, velvety surfaces, polished marble. It is back to a level of decadence that you had experienced in the Enticement Center that you were at Vice, and on just the nicer aspects that you've seen thus far. The diner is completely empty, and Vito sits alone at a table and gestures for the party to join him.
I sit down.
So,
Just me?
Ambervale.
Oh God.
Ambervale
I figured we
needs.
were all sitting down.
Is it a table or a bar? I missed that part. I'm so sorry.
He's sitting at a table. Yeah.
Okay.
So Ambervale needs a dock.
I already don't like that.
Just definitely something I could make happen. Tim goes,
I forgot about Tim.
are we negotiating with him for this? And he whispers it to like to the party.
You should probably just listen to what he has to say first.
I don't remember what Vito. This is out of camera. What Vito's in charge of as.
This is
his-
Vito the Viper, first of
That's what
all.
I'm saying.
First and foremost, the whole area that has to do with like the gambling and stuff, where the casinos and shit are, he runs that shit. Remember where they were like, "Oh, all bets are final. The only escape is doubling down. Hopefully, you'll make it out." Try to
I
run
love
from
how
your bet.
pleased Adam looks while you're saying all this.
Because I remember this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's in your brain
Like,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
This is like I said.
okay.
This is where the dude tried to teleport and went poof, raining blood.
Okay, so this is now we're going back. I guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure who has the most control able to make this happen, but might actually be a situation where we can negotiate with. Try to get the best deal. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
You
Well-
negotiate whatever whose table. This is who we have at the table.
I'll put it this way. If you start trying to do a deal with anyone else who can make a deal here, one of the things you're going to run into is that they're going to be asking for a whole lot of gold. They're going to want a cut. They're going to want a piece. I don't. What I need is simple. You have something that I want. I have something that I need done. And in the spirit of you all being heroes, it's not even illegal. Totally on the up and up. So a favor for a favor, the way I see it. Are you willing to hear my proposal?
I am interested.
I turn to the other two.
I was gonna say it's not super high, but can I sense anything about like?
Oh, you want to try to
Insight.
like an insight check or perception or something?
Sense
I think
motive.
all I got is sense motive.
Sense motive, yeah. We can 100% roll that. For this, in fact, we'll let the whole party do a sense motive. For this, the number to beat is 23.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
I don't think I can beat that.
I don't think I
Definitely
can
not
either.
with
And
that
I rolled. Oh.
Oh my
You rolled a
god!
2 1. You are doo doo.
One is like, damn, this ain't good for me today. All right.
Do not fight anybody.
Wait.
Vito,
Apologies. Never mind. I realized that
as-
I was going to ask you a question. Never mind.
as Vito talks, everything is just said with such confidence and assurance that it's hard not to believe every word he says. So you're willing to hear my proposal?
I look at the other two, kind of give a slight nod, both at Epsilon, kind of like check it in, like, yeah?
We can hear the proposal
Turn to
without giving our word.
Lyra, giving a slight
course.
nod. Yeah?
It's Lyra.
Yeah. But I messed it up.
So, I have a performer that hasn't been showing up for work. And he's one of my main acts, part of what drives my own enticement center. And he's been seen over at Club Aqua a whole lot. The only thing I would be asking you all to do is go over to the club and bring back my boy Vance. Because, hey, it's time for him to come home. I
Now,
feel like it's a simple enough request, no?
where exactly is Club Aqua?
Club Aqua, that part you would know. That was the main enticement center within the one of the other districts,
Elysium?
Elysium. Mhm.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, we're going for
Who
the
runs the Elysium section? Do we know that information off the top of our heads?
Lady Azure.
Yes, yes, we do. I made sure to remember that shit.
And sorry, go ahead.
I presume that since Alicia knows this, we all know this information. This was information given
Got
to
it
us
from
before.
Sean.
Yes.
E.
Yeah, Shawnee
Damn.
did a whole
Don't
Gotcha.
talk about that, man.
Apologies.
Told us he
Um,
gave us a tour on the tram.
if Vance is at Club Aqua, would that not potentially mean that Lady Azure could not help facilitate his return?
That ain't the way things work here in Vice. If I could just call it a favor to Lady Azure, then yeah, I wouldn't need heroes from Ambervale. But if that's the way things worked in Vice, well, my main act would be at my enticement center.
So she won't
So
be
it's fair
upset
to say.
if we go over there and buff this individual for you.
You going there won't be an issue. How you get him back's up to you.
Is there any particular reason why this individual hasn't wanted to come back?
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, he's got a good gig. Stays in one of the nicer hotels, eats whatever he wants to eat, drinks whatever he wants to drink. So, beats me. Maybe you could ask him.
He's where the hoes at, James.
But Vice can be a tricky place. A lot of unsaid rules and things to follow. And, well, I'm a busy man. I'm not going to be able to answer a bunch of questions and handhold you through it all. So I figured a good way to help make sure that you can navigate this city is making sure you had a guide. Seems that you all were relatively close with one, so he's been procured. And out of one of the side doors, Shawnee gets stumbled, chucked through, and he's like, Hey, look! If I can have a little more time, guys, I can. Oh, wait, Vito. Oh, hey, Sequoia. Uh, 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 calm down. We're not talking about your debts right now. Actually, maybe we are. As a little bonus, if you can bring my singer back to me, not only will I get you your docks, I'll clear your friend's debt too. Shawnee's like, hey, look, hey guys, look, if you're down for whatever we'd be doing, I'm down for. What are we talking about? And Vito kind of holds a hand up to Shawnee, and uncharacteristically to the Shawnee that the party has met, he falls completely silent.
I bet he do.
So, do we have a deal?
I look at my companions. So it kind of feels like we don't got a lot of choice here. I don't know, guys.
There's probably no other way that we're aware of.
It's either we do this or we have to haggle with some other boss here in Vice that will percentage of everything that comes off of every boat from Ambervale to this city.
You should.
That makes me think that this person must be really valuable. This person must be extremely valuable to this guy.
I would ask about that if he wouldn't want anything else from what, if he's going to tax what comes in. I feel like that's a key thing.
He's already said that everyone else in the city will want a royalty off of anything that's brought in. A slice of the pie, as he used. He doesn't want one. At least that's what he's proclaiming.
Alright, I think...
I'm gonna... Tavish... Pardon me real quick. Tavish looks back at Vito and says, just to make certain I understand everything correct. Master of Ships Vito. We recover your singer Vance, who's sitting at Club Aqua. Bring him back and make certain that he's reminded of, I presume that he has a contract with you.
Yeah.
That he honors that contract. Ambervale can then bring ships into your port at this dock and never have to pay a single royalty from here till the end of time.
That dock would be your dock, and I wouldn't care about it.
I turn to the other two and kind of give them a look of like, sounds like the best way.
Epsilon
Any objections?
Honestly, I don't like that either because I feel like we're going to have to pay to protect the dock, but I don't think we have much choice.
We don't have a whole lot of violence on our docks.
I thought this was like a sidebar. I didn't know he could hear us.
Oh, sorry. I thought that part was said out loud. My apologies. He does not say that.
I didn't know he could hear. We're like,
to that, even if there is violence on the docks, I imagine that the Ambervale would send forward a contingent to protect anything and everything that comes onto the dock and off the dock, considering it has the royal seal on it, and any sort of theft would be viewed as a slight towards the family. I think it's going to be pretty safe.
okay. All right.
Sounds logical.
So we have a deal.
Aye, It sounds like we have a deal.
A deer?
Perfect. He stands up and he leans across the table and he presents a handshake specifically to Epsilon.
What the? Wait, why?
Oh.
Why me?
Well, I only have one hand to shake, and it seems you have a knack for making deals.
This is not the reputation that I want to have.
They already
This
know.
is
They
not
already
the kind of
know.
reputation I want to have.
They
all right?
saw Epsilon and he was like, got him.
That's an easy lick right there. Holy shit. It's for the mission. I shake this man's fucking big ass hand.
Banana hands and shit.
He got 5 bananas on his hand.
He
Oh,
as it
actor's mitt.
he shakes your hand, and as he shakes, he goes, and just remember, all bets are final. And he looks at the party and goes, well, if you're going to be representing my interests, how about you stay in one of my suites tonight on Sweet Street? That way, the proper message could be sent. I'll make sure that the contract for the docks is written up in Ambervalian quality. You can read that and sign it tonight. Well, once I get my singer back. And he steps away from...
Limit? Is there a time limit of how soon you want your singer back? Making certain that if I need to, or if we need to get up and get to work, before we even have that contract done, we're aware of it before too late.
Shawnee will know the best times to head into Club Aqua. You can deal with those type of details, can't you? And he looks over at Shawnee, and Shawnee just goes, yeah.
I hate everything so much. I hate it.
Shawnee,
Oh, I'm
I
not
know
having to
you-
shake this man's hand.
You can use Vance's suite tonight on Sweet Street. I take it you know which one that is. And again, Shawnee meekly is like, yeah, Vito, I, yeah. Good. All right, well. Good luck, heroes. And he steps out of the room.
I don't like that.
All right, well, let's get
So
up
he's,
out of
like,
here.
Here, let's get to the tram, guys. And Shawnee kind of like hurriedly pushes the party back out into the street and like takes like a less direct, more circuitous route to the trams. Though you note that the route he takes you by has less people like jeering and like approaching and things like that, as if he's mapped out ways through the city to interact in a more civilized manner.
Yeah.
Once the party's back to like where the trams are, this is also access to the docks. At this point, the Ambervalian vessel is fully docked, and it's now just like it's got its little routine patrol of like the couple of like soldiers that were sent with you to just maintain the boat, the servicemen and women for the boat itself, just like the ones who actually sailed it. You were not expected to sail the boat yourselves, and right now Mervis and is on the boat. As you guys get back that way, Mervis does see you and comes running over to the party. Okay, so where are we going?
Wow.
We've got to make a little stop at a... No. We've got to get our friend Sean E. here. to give us some information so we may do a task, but that task doesn't seem to have a time limit on it. I turn to Epsilon and...
Lyra.
God, I'm going to mess it up again.
Lyra.
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 He just
Jesus.
said it, and he still said Lyra.
Lyra.
Like the way I'm going
old.
to be leering
Shut
at you
up.
when you get my name wrong again.
I'm about to.
Look at Epsilon and Lyra.
And Lyra. And... later, I'm going to have to slip away and get I am messing up all names. Mervis here, over to the college. I turn back to Mervis. You mind waiting until later, so I can get you to the college?
Of course. If he's heading to the college, I actually have to stop by there later today. Got to pick up some more freaks.
Well, on that note, Shawnee, you wouldn't have happened to have seen a blue-haired mage running around here, have you? Or given them a freak? They were here with us last time. Did she get a freak last time?
Yeah, she was given a freak last time.
Can we call her
yeah, that other one that was with you guys. No, I haven't seen her.
Yeah, wait. Can't you like page her?
Yeah, let me
Her.
let me beep her line real quick on the freak. Hey,
you head
you
over to one of
here?
the little freaks. You head over to one of the little freak stations to do that. And so, what do you say?
This is. Hello, this is Epsilon. I know. I just like you just hit my real life shit. Okay. I can't write text messages worth a damn. So Darian asked me.
He's
Darian,
like, hey, where you at?
What am I here for? What am I here for? Fuck you, Adam.
You're the one who's making this
Would it-
phone call
would it-
last so long.
Would it help if I gave you a voice answering machine? Thank you for calling Sigma, or thank you for freaking Sigma. Leave your message or whatever.
Yeah.
This is Epsilon.
Hey, Sigma.
I'm
Let's start with that.
I like Lyra's off to the side, coaching him through it. Like Lily's struggling over here. I see you. He's struggling. Oh, hey Sigma, this is Epsilon. I'm trying to reach you. Please, I guess freak me back when you get a chance. Oh.
All right. That message has been sent.
Why did you name them this? Why?
Because frequency. We explained.
No, I
this.
know
Question.
why, but why?
So, are Lyra and Sigma kind of like friends? A little bit.
I mean,
She's
you're
the
familiar.
one that brought
Like,
me
it's-
there.
Yeah, it's
So does
it's
she like me a little bit?
it's hard to know with Sigma. She's a bit of an aloof entity, for sure.
She was just like, I have the perfect person, and it was me. She gotta like me at least a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're definitely familiar with her. Of anyone in the party, you would know Sigma probably better than most.
I just thought about that. I was about to push him aside, be like, hey, girl. Like,
Listen, don't listen to that.
After
fool.
that awkward message, maybe you should have.
He had to call twice because the
Hey.
first
at
one
this
was
point,
just a
I
lot of
think
dead air.
She has to know that he is not here by himself, that we are with him. So,
Heck, with that message, you could have Mervis, who doesn't know this, doesn't know Sigma at all, leave a better message.
Hey,
that's
listen,
fair.
that's where we're at.
Christ.
Oh.
All right.
I've
Let's
done
do
my
this.
job today.
Anyway,
I forgot. I was gonna do something else, and I completely forgot what it was.
I actually have to go to the college anyway. If you want me to take him, I gotta get myself some more freaks.
I'm going to be going with you when Mervis goes to the college.
Yeah, sure. I will say though, if we were gonna hit Club Aqua, we should probably actually just do that tonight. They've got a big show going on, and your boy Vance is actually going to be playing. So, I mean, he's guaranteed going to be there.
Okay.
I mean, I figure if we're going to go to Club Aqua, though, you guys are going to change, right? Like...
Is there something wrong with what I'm wearing?
I look down at my clothes.
I feel like I fit in.
I look at Shawnee and just like say, I look at Shawnee and say, no, right, because I would not look inconspicuous amongst an entire crowd. I just blend right on in.
Honestly, you know what? As far as things are concerned, I'm liking what we've got here going on with Lyra. I like what we've got going on with Tavish. You know, Sequoia, look, Sequoia, babe, you know, I say good things, but right now, champion of humanity, not the champion of fashion. I'm saying. And honestly, Epsilon, I expect better.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Well, look, I can probably help
Take me
Sequoia
off my
find something
Christmas
to
list.
wear. She doesn't know any better. She grew up in the forest.
Look, all we got to do is we got to head to Vance's suite on Sweet Street, and trust me, everyone will find something.
Okay, you can't
All right.
just don't hold it against her. She doesn't know any better.
The tram comes up, and Shawnee hops on and goes like, "Come on, let's go!"
All right, hop on the tram.
I turn to Mervis and say, stay close.
Where's Tim?
Tim's following along as well.
I keep forgetting about Tim. That's why I'm asking. It's not
And the
Tim
party
I remember.
heads to Sweet Street.
Sweet
As they
Street.
arrive at Sweet Street, Shawnee takes you to one of the most decadent of the hotels, and you go all the way up its lift, all the way up to the penthouse suite on the top. From here, you can see all the other enticement centers. You see the trams zipping around the city, the main throughway roads and stuff like that. And it's a sight. You've got like the glistening coast. You can see down the continent, like into the plains of Aurelian and things like that. I mean, this is a beautiful view. In comparison to the hotel that you had stayed at last time, it makes it look like a rundown dump. This is like absurdity levels of money to stay in a place like this. And Shawnee immediately just goes over to the closet and starts going like grabbing things and throwing them out, like no, until finally like he picks out an outfit for himself, and in a very like Vice style, it's a little over the top, it's a little zany, and it's very colorful.
Colorful. I need some accessories. Keep going.
He then goes over to like one of the side areas and starts doing like his show. You hear him like in a side room being like, "It's Sean E. baby, and we're building that legacy. That's what's up.
Oh.
We're gonna be in Club Aqua tonight, and you know I'm traveling with the champion of humanity. Yes, sir, and her whole group of friends. It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. You should catch us at the event. It's going to be so cool." And just you hear him just going on about a whole bunch of different stuff in that side room.
Just Sequoia and friends.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well,
Tavish.
I'm gonna go.
I tell you what, if this is what it's like to join the gang, we should do it more often.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like we joined the gang.
I'm gonna go look for something black and gold.
The closest thing to black and gold is it's like this kind of like duster trench coaty looking thing, and at the base of it, like nearest to the ground, it is like the true black. It's like devoid of light. It seems to like die on its surface basically, but it becomes this shadowy gray at like the hips, and it becomes this lighter charcoal black up near the shoulders, and the gold is more like kind of a silvery platinum color, but this like almost as if it's like lit up like a neon strip, like gold flashes and like ripples through the seams as you like move in it. So like if you like pop your collar like that, all the platinum silver shimmers gold for a second.
Yep, that's the one for me. Talk shit about my style. I flapped the cape like 3 times.
Oh my god. We're gonna fly away.
All right, so oh sorry.
No, I was gonna say we just gotta make Tavish extra shiny. Okay.
I was gonna say also,
Tavish was just gonna stand at the window and look towards the plains of Aurelian. Kind of like trying to place them, if he remembers them.
Yeah,
It's probably a bit weird of a distance to see them at.
Let's get a
So
miscellaneous d20 roll.
What's he see out that window? Nothing.
he's his hand in the
As
mirror.
he just views out the window, it's just the open plains of Aurelian. He sees New Aurelian and what's left of it, and like the cities abroad, and then just out into the plains that is God's Rest. Shawnee walks back into the room and is like, all right, hey, if we're gonna make it to Club Aqua and you want to drop your boy off at the college, we should probably head out, and we'll meet you guys at the club.
Well, before that,
Wait, I thought we were all
seemed
going
seemed pretty shaken up by Vito.
Huh?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, me and Vito, we've got history. It's you know, it's yeah.
I'm
You know,
just,
he
I guess,
said something about debts. What is that about?
You know, like you win some, you lose some, and I haven't done too much of the former.
So what did you lose?
I mean, mostly gold. That's the big one. You know, and well, I mean, hey, Epsilon almost was in the same you know boat
Oh
as,
no, sir.
as I'm
We're not going. We're not going to avoid the question. Mostly gold and what else?
Well, so when you fall into debt in Vice, Vito likes to buy the debt from the debt holder, and then he's the one that collects. You know, so I mean, like, yeah.
So what else did you lose? You still didn't answer my question.
And, some personal stuff.
I guess I bring it up just to say, should we have made a deal with someone else? Was it a bad idea?
I mean, this is Vice. I don't know really what you want me to say, because at the end of the day, like, hey, this city makes Rudies of us all, right?
Oh,
Better
you would do it
question.
again?
Hmm?
Oh,
Go
you would
ahead.
do it again?
Hey, look, if I can get my debt cleared, I'm really happy with this deal.
He likes avoiding questions. Um, is there anyone else we really could have made a deal with for space at the docks?
I mean, realistically, any of the main figureheads, of course. I mean, and then any of the private enterprises that own dock space.
So
But
But I
that's a
mean,
yes.
again, I mean, I don't know. I'm not out here buying dock space, so it's not like I can really tell you too much.
You're not buying dock space, you're just avoiding questions. So I guess we should be on our way.
I have a few questions for you, Shawnee.
Oh,
Sure, what's up?
oh,
if you actually get an answer, good luck.
Tell me about Vance. I want to know about the man that we're about to
Procure?
discipline.
Well, he's a singer for Vito. If I'm not mistaken, he was the yeah. So Vito used to have this singer. Oh, what was his name? Bash, and some other group or something that came in, and they ended up taking Bash from Vito. And I mean, I think you get the gist of Vito. He doesn't like losing things that are his, and so after he lost Bash, that's when Vance had to become his new act. So I mean, and Vance is done. I mean, Vance pulls. He's got good crowd rapport. I mean, he makes a lot of money, and so I just imagine that's why he wants him back.
You know,
I need to know more about Vance the man, not just his credentials.
I mean, it's not like I hang out with the guy. He's a singer. He lives here. If he's not on stage, he's in a room like this.
you said you didn't know him very well, but Mr. Viper, he seemed to think that you knew which room was his. So if you didn't know him very well, how would you know which room was his?
Because this is where anyone in Vito's service stays.
Why
This
would you
used
know
to be
his room in
Bash's room.
particular? Oh, okay. Tavish, by the way, Bash, I recognized that name because he was with the Thespians. I didn't know that he was actually with them. I thought he was just working for them. I didn't know he was one of them because he was an orc. I'd never actually seen an orc in real life. I thought he was working for them. I didn't know he was with them. But
that
yeah,
is. That's not okay.
You might want to be careful with that sentiment.
That is.
Lyra.
You're gonna get us
We've
beat
come
up.
across a few orcs in our travels already. They don't
All
take
right.
too kindly as the idea of them always being subservient to others.
Listen,
But
we gotta tell.
I do understand
derail the whole conversation.
I do understand the thought, but I guess what I need to know, Sean E, is who are Vance's friends? Who knows Vance, the man?
You're asking questions I can't answer, man. Like, I don't think you understand how things work in Vice. If Vito wants this guy back, he's gonna want him back, and it's our job to get him. I know how to get you to Club Aqua. I can get you there, but this is you want to know who knows Vance? Ask his lamp, because like I said, he's either on stage or he's here.
he sounds like a prisoner.
For a man who doesn't want other people to know who he hangs out with.
Or can't hang out with other
Man's
people
an
because
island.
he's a prisoner. I don't know.
Aye, but a bird doesn't sing if you keep it alone. You have to give it other
Does-
birds to sing with.
Does if it doesn't have a choice.
Sour
It's all well
Satoon.
and good.
But I get your point. Let's get going then.
All right,
don't have to-
I'll take Tavish and Boy to
Mervis.
sure to the
Soon
college, and we'll meet the rest of you guys at the club. He like points out the window and he's like, "That's where we're gonna be going. That's Club Aqua. If you hop on the tram, and you just go 3 stop," and he explains like how to get there. Since it's like direct access from the tram, it's literally just ride it and hop off, and you'll be, in line basically to get into Club Aqua. Perfect. Let's go, team! Woo! All right.
Okay. He is very enthusiastic today.
Lyra, we're gonna have to talk about Bork stuff later, because you're gonna get us fucked up. We'll go to the mud fort, go get us fucked all the way up. You say the wrong thing to one of these people, and they will attack us.
You mean we have to go there?
We are like the main people that go to the mud fort.
As
Like literally, if Ambervale wants to send people to the mud fort, they send us.
That sounds terrible.
as
This is
the
awful.
party splits up, the Lyra and Epsilon, you were having that conversation while heading to the tram that is going to take you to Club Aqua, where Sean E and Tavish head to the Gnomish College.
And Mervis.
I'm over here like
And
I was already confused about that entire conversation.
We'll do the Mervis part first. So as Shawnee, Tavish, and Mervis head off to the Gnomish College, it is basically a straight shot there as far as the tramway goes. There is a slight little bit where you have to, walk a little bit off the main road kind of area, but it's quite close to it. And not Tavish, you're Tavish. Shawnee's like, all right. I mean, this is it. This is the Gnomish College here. So have fun, Mervis. Yeah, have fun.
That tracks. That's on brand.
I
Arrogance?
look to Shawnee like, I'm going to make certain all the paperwork and everything is right for Mervis to attend. Do you mind waiting here for a moment?
He looks at his freak.
It'll...
Well, look, you hop back on this tram, and it's the same thing I told them, only it's 4 stops down instead of 2. So I'll go meet up with them at Club Aqua, and you just catch up with us.
Get Mervis
Go do
a
that.
freak, so he can contact us.
And he heads.
Go
on
ahead
to
and
the
go
tram.
do that.
And he heads to the tram.
Understood. I'd take Mervis to the college with his little... Was it an app? It was just a
It was just a flyer.
mention?
For
Flyer? Okay. I go
Um,
with him.
as you get in there, signing up for everything it's quite easy to do. There is a 60 gold requirement though for him to like be on station and have access to their facilities. Does Tavish pay that?
Pay it. We're
Perfect.
now at 325.
And like once it takes all of like 10-15 minutes to get all that like sorted out, him set up in an area to be able to like work and have a station, etc. And yeah, he's taken care of.
I also will buy a freak and give it to Mervis so he has a way to contact me. I also put in his hand about 100 gold pieces so that way he has money for college to make certain that he is well taken care of and any sort of necessity that he needs.
Yeah, hold up now.
To buy him a
Yeah.
freak. That would the freak itself would only cost. You could probably get one for about 50 gold. However, as Mervis is not a hero and cannot attune them himself, you would have to get them attuned, which is a whole like line setup, meeting, things like that, and can cost upwards of multiple hundreds of gold.
So what do we do?
Jesus.
Look, I mean, I
Is
can
there-
just stay here, and when I'll just go back to Sweet Street. I won't go anywhere other than here or Sweet Street.
Is there any other way for him to just kind of like page him to like contact him, or is that the only way?
I don't know, Spirit in the wind.
I'm
the
just
wind.
asking a question because now I want to know. I'm curious.
Spirit in the wind. Oh my god.
Spirit in the wind, just kind of talking. I turn to Mervis and say, "All right, here or Sweet Street. We'll get this set up another time. That way, if I'm here and you're here, we can have a manner in which you can talk to me. However, for the moment, once you get everything done here, go back to Sweet Street."
Of course,
Got it?
yeah. Here or Sweet Street.
Good lad. Now, there's nothing else that you need to do here for me that I need to be here with you. Study hard, learn much. I'll see you back at Sweet Street.
Thanks, Tavish.
You got it, Mervis. Now, remember, here for Sweet Street. I'll see you later. As I walk away from Mervis to hop on the tram to wait my 4 stops to get off at Club Aqua.
Perfect. As you get to like the Club Aqua Enticement Center, at this point, Lyra and Sequoia and Epsilon have just been standing in like the queue to get in this whole time. You're able to find them pretty easily, and you would note that Sean E is not among them. As the group gets closer and closer to the entranceway.
I'm going to have to never let that Sean E out of my sight again. He said he was going to meet you here. I stayed a little bit with Mervis. So, we'll have to keep an eye out for him.
As the party reaches the front area where the bouncer and the front security are, the one of the people comes up to you and goes, "All right, would we like to buy what is it?" And he looks at the party, which is the 5 of you because Tim is with you. 5 tickets to tonight's show and general fair. That'll be 1,250 gold.
Some more bullshit like that. 1,250. What even is that?
I can't have you guys holding up the line. So are we doing this or no?
Wow.
As the party hangs out there, an arm is wrapped around Sequoia and
Tim.
and
Give him the money, Tim.
and Sean E joins the group and he's like, "Hey, what's up? No, this is my girl Sequoia. These are her friends. They're with me tonight. We are going to party, so don't even fret it. Don't worry about it. Let's go. And the guy at the front is like, "Oh, yeah, Sean E. Hey, what's up? Of course." And he just waves the group in. As the group continues in, Shawnee's like, "Woo-hoo, let's go! Am I right? Am I right? Oh yeah, let's go. By the way, Epsilon, way to turn it up! Boy. That's what's up?" And as you get to the actual inside area, he quickly takes his arm off of Sequoia and is like, hey, Sequoia, look, I'm sorry. I just like
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta sell things here in Vice. Like I wouldn't have done it if like, but like they're not just gonna let me bring strangers in. So I had to sell it. And she looks skeptical and annoyed, but
She
she's
would have
like,
tried to stab him.
I just don't make a habit out of it. look, a little feisty. I love it. I love it. The champion of humanity. Got a little bite.
Holy shit.
As you get into Club Aqua, everyone is dressed to the nines, and it is just a party from entrance to. I mean, there's stuff going on all over the place. People are dancing, people are swimming, people are eating, people are drinking, and it's groovy. Shawnee is immediately like, all right, so hey, you got a little bit before Vance starts his show. He's probably going to be easiest to pick up like afterwards, but you know, for now, just kind of like blend, you know, like. And then he looks off. He goes, "Oh shit, there he is! Oh!" And he just like leaves the party through the crowd.
There he goes again.
Getting dragged through.
I am not a fan of him, says Sequoia.
You can say that again.
She said, if he touches me again, I'm gonna stab him.
Gonna stab him.
He serves a purpose, and he knows the world.
And he also
Don't
just
swear.
ran off again.
At least now we know that he's going to come back to us. I was worried that he wasn't going to the first time.
Well, it's in his best interest to make sure that we succeed, obviously.
Yeah, it very much is. I can tell you that.
I'm not so certain, but I enjoy the fact that you think so.
I mean, if he wants to clear these debts, I would assume, but I could be assuming wrong. Anyway.
As if played to the rhythm
around.
of the music going like on. At first it was so light you didn't feel it, but now you can definitely tell that someone's just tapping on your armor, Tavish, to the rhythm of the music. Just like on your back.
I kind of just start to lumber off because I know I'm a big person in this, and I'm just going to try and find somewhere to sit is probably the best way to put it. I'm trying to find like a place to sit. I know that I will draw attention no matter where I go with this prismatic armor and hitting lights and stuff. So it's kind of like at first just trying to find somewhere that feels comfortable and kind of maybe realizing there's nowhere going to be feeling comfortable.
Yeah, there's not really. After Tavish leaves, the person who was tapping on his armor looks over at Lyra and starts kind of like dancing his way over towards her.
Oh my god.
This is so extra.
Hey,
Hey?
you got any dust?
Oh my god. Got that dust.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is.
You're not dusting?
I feel like do I look dusty?
Where are you from?
Obviously nowhere near where you're from, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna like
Damn.
I'm trying to like back away.
He turns to
Sound like it.
Epsilon, and he goes, "Oh!" And he grabs your coat and starts going like.
Are we too touchy?
I like brushed his hand off. Get off my coat.
You gotta like do it yourself.
Fucking.
Oh come! Are you telling me you don't dust?
Hell no.
Oh,
Let's
come
do that
on.
I will do that shit.
Man, go get your dust from someone else.
You guys were a bunch of Rudies. And he dances his way, like, into the crowd.
Oh my god.
Do the Rudy roll. Do the Rudy roll.
Let's get a miscellaneous D20 for our party.
Uh-oh.
Actually, yeah, we'll keep it miscellaneous. I'm fine with that. I've made my decision.
Okay. Oh?
So, by the time like Epsilon and Lyra get away from this gentleman talking about the dust, and they turn and they see Tavish. Tavish is like sitting on like at a bench kind of area, and he looks mildly annoyed as there's just this group of girls just like all trying to get his attention, being like, wow, look at your armor, I can see myself in it, like, whoa. And they're like leaning in, and some of them have like better versions of freaks, so they're getting like arcane captures of the moment and stuff like that.
Okay, look, I feel like at this point I'm walking over there like, excuse me, ladies, I'm gonna need you to keep your hands to yourself.
He didn't say he was spoken for.
He doesn't have to say anything. I'm saying it. Now keep your hands to yourself.
Who are you to tell me?
Very interesting.
What are you, dating?
Here, okay? That is none of your business. You just need to keep your hands to yourself and take 2 steps that way.
Look, and she pops up Tavish's profile like on Freak.
Jesus Christ.
Look, I'm just saying, it doesn't say he's connected to anyone. So maybe you should mind your own business.
I want to hit her. I don't even know her, and I want to hit her.
Oh my god.
This guy here. I feel like I want to do something, but I don't want it to be a big something. That's the thing. But I'm like,
Uh-huh.
What?
Tell me more. Adam, he said,
So what are you doing?
What are we doing?
at first you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
I feel like okay. In my mind, I'm trying to like do something that'll like, that'll like kind of like sweep from under her so she fall on her face. Because that feels like the best course of action
Like justice.
Here. Yeah, I sure do.
All right, yeah. Let's see here.
What I do here?
We'll call that a grapple.
See, in my mind, it wasn't even it was something with a sound, and I did it so I could like.
Okay. So you wanna use your sound magic? You wanna cause a little rumbling?
Yeah, but I don't need it to be a big thing. I just need it because I want it to be something small. I'm not trying to like blow shit up. I'm not trying to send her in the air. Okay, look at that.
You're able to, exactly, as she's kind of like standing there, and you see like her shift her weight, and her like heel comes up. You're able to like snap your finger and cause a little pocket of sound to kind of like pop under her heel, so she can't like set her foot down in time, and she loses balance and goes tumbling over and falls into one of the pools. And she like gets out of the water, and she's like, what? And like her and her friends like run off to the restroom.
Thank you. But it's quite unpleasant.
I figured you weren't going to say anything, but I knew you were bothered, so.
Now that they're gone, I want to start tapping on his armor.
Oh my god!
I'm using the claws to.
As you begin to tap to the beat of the music fades away. It becomes very quiet in Club Aqua, and an announcer is like, "Hey, what's going on, Aqua Knights? Let's go! How are we feeling? It has been a whole lot of fun here tonight, but of course, it's time to slow things down. Let's bring out the main man, Vance." And this gentleman walks out onto stage, and the spotlight hits him. And as he sings, the whole room shifts from this way more club like ravey dance vibe to this slower, almost like big band kind of feel as he sings this song. And the lyrics are all about what vice means to Vance. As Vance begins to sing, the lyrics are along the lines of like, VICE, freedom's what it means to me. VICE, a freedom's what it means to me. No shackles of kings, no shackles of lords. My skin is free, no shackles on me. VICE, a freedom's what it means to me. The song goes on to depict how, like, the rest of the world follows these specific rules, and they follow these individuals that they allow to have such power, and then this allowance of power spirals into something different or crazy. But here in Vice, a person can be whatever they want to be, because here in Vice, freedom is spelled VICE.
Not when you sign a contract.
He sings a bunch of songs. All of the songs that he sings are in the same kind of like big band style, very like there's like kind of an orchestra-esque element to it. It's these really like over the top, very vocally driven, but with these masterful like band performance like thrown in. This is all happening, and again, like the ambience of Club Aqua has shifted to everything's a lot more in that vibe, as if the music depicts kind of like the feel and setting. And in fact, actually, you know what? On this note, while this is happening, let's get a perception check for our party.
Perception.
Come on, be better.
It's the number to beat. It was 17. I should have said that first. I apologize. I'm getting used to it.
What happens if you tie?
If you tie, that's a pass. Yeah, equal or pass. As a for Lyra, you're locked in on Vance. You're like, all right, so that's the person we need to talk to.
But I'm also confused because it's an orc.
Exactly.
Oh no!
And as the rest of the party is kind of looking around, you can't help but look up and notice that in one of the VIP sections, you see none other than Sigma. As Sigma is staring off into the distance, one of the things that you notice, Epsilon, is the fact that she's got the same kind of like hunter's gaze that she had when you were sparring against her and she was breaking down all of your movements. This analytical aggressiveness in her tone, or in her face. As you're staring at her and you're trying to figure out like who perhaps she's looking at, an arm wraps around your shoulder and an arm wraps around Tavish's shoulder as none other than Sean E rejoins the party. And he's like, oh my God. Yo, guys, I can't believe she's here tonight. That's crazy. I'm serious. Like the sweet scent of spring, the Lady of Northwood, none other than Hadera herself is in the club. Let's go. Let's go. And he points up into like not just the VIP, but like the VIP of the VIP in the section. And you see none other than this image.
Oh. Oh.
That is that even the same Hedera we saw before?
No, if we don't know about that person who was outside of, I'm gonna mess up his name. I'm always gonna mess up names tonight. It seems. That was either in Null Hicks, who was there to try and do things at Null Hicks, or the other person that we saw outside of. Oh my God, I am losing all names tonight.
What's
Not
his
Cicero.
Anglin?
Angwin's office. Remember that we saw the two hooded cloaks, the two that he went into you were not there, but you as the player were there.
Yeah.
True. That is true.
Completely different ones, but he didn't say their names, and they didn't give their names because they were super elusive.
That Hedera, or if it's yet another Hedera, that's my question. That's all. But we'll figure it out.
Well,
Sequoia leans forward and is like, "Wait, did you say Hedera?" And Shawnee looks over at her like, "Yeah, it's the leader of Northwood. Like here in the club tonight. Like, what are the chances?" North Hill and Sequoia like looks perplexed as she stares at the person, and she's like, "That's not Hedera." And she's like, I need to talk to her. And Shawnee's like, "Look, I can't get to that part of VIP, so and Sequoia
what about the champion of humanity though?
Sequoia is naturally quite distraught. And Shawnee goes, okay. Look, I know some people in VIP, and look, Sequoia, for you, baby, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'll be back. You have fun. You guys, don't look at me like that, Lyra. You don't be so serious. And he trots off into the crowd into VIP.
I would say that I don't have a whole lot of confidence, but you know what? He kind of this is his. He might be able to do it. That is the way.
This is where he excels best. It's clear to see that. Annoyingly so.
He just might be able to get it done.
But we need to focus our eyes on a different prize. As I kind of look back up at Vance.
As you do so, his set is ending, and he's thanking the crowd after playing his songs. He's introducing who's going to be coming up next after kind of an intermission where the club kind of continues its piano smooth feel as Vance leaves the stage, and he's kind of walking back towards what you would imagine would be the dressing rooms, and that is the stage as it is set currently.
Are there a lot of people trying to talk to him as he's walking off the stage?
No.
Handing anybody?
No, it's not like he's got people pouring over to him. It seems most people are kind of like there was a cheer. There was definitely attention paid to him, but it's the vibe is everyone's just kind of going back to swimming, going back to to their tables, to the bar, etc.
Y'all probably don't want me to talk to him. Y'all better do something.
I mean,
I look at. I was like, Tavish looks. Was that in character or was that out of character, Alicia?
I was out.
Okay. I was about to like work for it as if that was in character, so I wanted to make certain I knew. Yeah.
All right.
Do we see any busboys like around, or wait staff, or anybody like that?
Yes, there are many of them.
Okay. I turn to Lyra. This is going to be a very strange thing that I ask, and I do apologize in advance. How's your flirting?
Well, I
Think you could,
that very much depends.
you think you could convince do you think you could convince a server to let you slip behind the scenes?
I mean, I guess I don't see why not.
Because I don't have a great way, unless somebody else has an idea of how we get back and get close to Vance. Because I doubt that anybody would like this suit of armor like that.
I don't know, that group of girls seem to, but they're gone.
Wrong type of person.
Wow.
We want to have access to the right spots.
Okay, so where are we trying to go? Where am I going?
At this point, Vance has gone past
Shit.
the one guard that stands between like the stage open area and backstage.
Oh, we're trying to get backstage.
Okay.
I point to that guard and say, hopefully, either that guard or somebody who can get you past them.
Okay. So you said the server, or are you talking about the security guard?
Either one.
Okay.
Your pick. It's you who's got to flirt, who might have to flirt with one of them, not me.
I've got
Not much
no-
left to the
I've-
imagination for this, as I point to the prismatic armor.
I have no charisma, I say.
What is this? What is the guard looking at? I'm over
Okay,
here like,
hold on. Is that in character or out of character?
That's in character.
Little
That's
bit of both.
character.
a little
in
bit of
character.
both.
I'm going to look at...
I-
Tavish is going to look at you and be like, lad, at some point in time, we're going to have a discussion on your utter lack of that, but not at this moment.
I got no
Alright.
charisma.
All right, so Lyra's going to try to flirt her way past the guard. Is that what I'm hearing?
Listen, Lyra, if
Yeah, I'm
you...
over here trying to assess who would be the better target.
I mean, this can go one of two ways. Either you flirt your way past, or you distract him so one of us can get back there.
I mean, the flirting could be the distraction.
So, I look at Tavish. I can either go in there and try to intimidate him, or you can try to talk to him. Or I don't know if Lyra, if you have some kind of skill you'd like to use to try to convince this man.
Actually, I think we might have it wrong. I think, Lyra, you might have the best chance to get Vance to listen and follow you. To either get him outside of the back room, somewhere that we can grab him, or to get him to follow you back to to the hotel, where we could snag him there.
Why would he follow me back to my hotel, good sir?
Epsilon
Look-
just kind of looks at you.
I don't have a lot of experience with this.
I don't have-
I might not.
You know what?
I
And
might not
I don't have a whole lot of experience with the greenies either, but here we are.
This is racism! I will say, so first of all,
Maybe not you. Maybe not
of all-
you. Rethinking the plan. Maybe not
Alright.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we should see if Sequoia got this, because Lyra needs some training.
I imagine that I
Spin the
look for
route.
where Sequoia is, and she might either A, be gone, or B, she's
Oh, yeah,
standing
'cause
there
she's trying to
looking
get
at
to Hedera,
Hedera.
remember?
She's not really going to be all that help to us.
Well,
what are you guys even talking about?
The
We're
guard's
trying
an
to
orc
find
too,
a way
isn't he?
to talk to Vance.
No,
get
the
him
guard's
back.
not an orc.
Okay.
Lyra, we're gonna have to
We're trying to find a
talk
way to
about
get to
your,
Vance.
your prejudice against the orc people.
So let's go talk to him. What do you mean?
You think that guard's going to let us walk right by him and go talk to Vance?
Once again, though, champion of humanity. She could try.
I look down at Sequoia and like, your call. You want to go talk to Vance?
Is
See if
Shawnee
you can get
still
all
here?
of us back there with her? No, Shawnee
No,
ran off
Shawnee
to
doesn't.
VIP ring.
He's trying to get her into the VIP.
Alright, we've got to make a decision because we're probably
All
All right, well, I'm going to walk up to the guard anyway while they're trying to converse and convince her to talk to Vance because that's probably not the best decision for me. So I'm going to go try and talk to the guard.
Sorry, ma'am. This is restricted space. Can't let you back here. Restrooms are over there.
Oh, but I don't have to go to the restroom. I came here for you.
laying it on.
I'm
thick.
sorry.
Holy shit.
What do you mean?
What do you? I came here for you.
Let's get a charm check. The number to beat is 12.
Do you have Tron?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god.
Damn, I don't think you needed it.
That's
Oh.
that's 21.
Oh,
Hey.
21.
yo!
Mm-hmm.
I'm lurking
Oh.
nearby.
I mean, how can I help you, little lady?
I
Ew.
don't know. I feel like a big, strong man could help me in many ways. That's great.
Do you have something in mind?
Well, I mean, that all depends. What time do you get off? I'm just going with it.
My shift ends in 4 hours.
4 hours? That is a mighty
Hour.
long time. Are you sure there's no way you can leave earlier than that? Where is he facing? I'm trying to like move away from the door so he's not like.
Yeah, let's right now he's like kind of in the walkway, but like kind of like, you know, getting him to like shift over to the side and things like that. We'll put that. Let's do another charm check. This one would be in line. We'll reward the previous one. So instead of 16, we'll say 14 is
Okay.
the number to beat for this one to get him out of the way for the rest of the party.
Okay.
Hey.
Wait, you said 14, right?
14.
Whew! Shit. That was 15.
And so he you know, he kind of mirrors like where you're going, and now he's like more leaning on the corner of the walkway, and you've got him like angled away from the walkway itself, as he's like, oh, I mean, yeah, I suppose I could, you know, maybe get someone to cover the rest of my shift. You know, maybe I ate something bad, you know, and I gotta go home.
I
early.
ate something bad. That's terrible.
At that
be
point
Helen.
where I see... Wait, do we see her shift him away from the door?
Yes,
Presume
yeah.
that would be
Y'all
hard.
better
I
be
was
y'all
looking
better be
right-
paying attention.
I immediately grab...
They're not looking; they miss it completely.
Yeah,
Damn it.
damn right, I wanted to make certain that didn't happen. I immediately
Just get in
grab...
there.
Well, Epsilon and like, now's our chance. And turn back to Spoy and be like, you go see that Hedera. Don't worry about that. We've got this.
Okay. Have fun. I don't need a drink.
All right, let's
She's
go.
not paying
As she
attention to
as
shit
she
right now.
stares off,
Nah.
like she completely
Yeah.
just like responds to a question you didn't ask. And you
Yep.
and Epsilon.
I-
You know what? Let's roll a stealth check for the
Do
two
not
of you
fucking ruin this for
slipping by this person. Let me see. Stealth for the two of you.
I want Epsilon
0
to go first, 'cause
and
I have
0.
no stealth.
You're both
same,
0. You're both 0. The number to beat is 10.
Okay. Oh, come on. Shit!
Oh, Tavish, you doo-doo. You
Epsilon slips by, but Tavish, with his height, with the armor, with the noise, the guard starts to like turn because he's hearing Tavish. He's starting to turn to like look that way.
See, I feel like in my mind, I'm gonna stop. I'm not really stopping, but I'm gonna grab his arm to try to turn him back my way and say, "So, how do you like doing this job?"
Let's get a charm to draw his attention away from hearing something behind him.
So hard.
We're gonna say it's
You're doing
another
so well.
another
Fucking-
12.
I'm trying
Fucking
so
Ocean's
hard
11
right
ass
now.
plot we got going on right now.
Okay.
Charm.
Oh fuck! 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 Fuck!
Fuck! Fuck.
So, he like you have his arm, but he's still like what? And he's turning. He's still turning to like look.
Shit. Okay.
Any actions?
I do.
I feel like I'm going to
Is
try
it-
to
all
like
right, real
still
quick.
stand in his like way. Like I'm going to follow where he's looking, so he's still looking at me. If that
Okay.
makes any sense.
And then Tavish, what were you talking about?
I'm going to. Would it either be diplomacy or persuasion that I need to use to be like, oh, that's the bathroom, right? And point towards the door, like I really have
Okay.
to go.
It sounds like
So that would be deception.
deception. Yeah.
Deception.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any deception. Damn it.
All right, so we're gonna go for the Lyra's Hail Mary first to draw attention by being a little like really kind of jumping in the line of sight, making sure. This
so
is he's paying attention to other things. So to get his attention back, you need to beat 16.
Shit. Come on. Come on. I did it though.
You're able like since you have his arm and he's like starting to look that way, you just kind of like slide in, so like his arm is kind of like around your shoulder a little
I still
bit.
got the arm. I still got the
Mhm.
arm. I got the other
And
arm
so-
rubbing the arm.
And so now
Okay.
he's just kind of like looking straight at you, and he's like, "Oh, aren't you you forward? Okay." Yeah, well, and Tavish is able to slip by. Oh, here, why don't you hang out here for a minute? I'll see if I can't get the rest of my shift covered.
Man said, get me out of here real quick.
I'm gonna say that I'll be waiting right here.
And he like looks, he hesitates for a second about leaving his position, and then he looks back at you and then looks, and then he like runs off to to a different part.
God damn.
Wow.
Well done. Note to self: we are not stealthy. We need some stealth.
I made that
Like-
decision.
I knew that charm was going to come in handy. It felt right for her, and here we are.
So Lyra, would you wait here for the guard to return, or are you following the party?
I feel like I should. I feel like if I go in, there's a chance he might come back and then go in there. So I should probably try to stay out here.
Perfect. So Epsilon and Tavish, you head into the dressing rooms and meet with Vance. As you enter Vance's dressing room, he's at like a little like makeup kind of like station, and he's sitting there and he's like, he's just kind of stretching as the door opens, and he's like, "Oh, good. You guys have my you're not the wait staff. Who are you guys?"
moves.
Uh,
Oh,
oh
I
God,
am
Buffy.
going.
wait,
Actually,
wait.
Can I use a cinematic token
Hmm.
to have grabbed a bottle of something alcoholic on my way in?
Fancy.
Um, it would still require a roll if you would like to procure one by less than reputable means, but with the cinematic token, you definitely could acquire one via spending money.
I am totally fine with spending money. I do not wish to draw more attention to
How
myself by being.
You keep saying that, but we're in Vice, and everything is
how
expensive out
how
the
much
ass.
money would you spend?
How much does my money get me?
Let's see here. What do you have? 225 left
Five.
on you right now.
That's correct.
You could spend all of it on a single bottle easily.
Woo.
This is Vice
And
we're
would
talking
that be
about.
considered good?
It would be.
Or
It
are you
wouldn't be
talking
considered
about-
it wouldn't be considered like amazing, but it would be far from poor. I mean, it's the average. Like your average would be like less than a gold for a single bottle. Like if you were just at like kind of a bar, kind of like setting like within Ambervale, like your ritzier wines and things like that really start at like 10 and 15 gold. So like hundreds of gold for a single bottle is definitely far from shabby.
Gotcha. I am willing to do that because I do not want to draw more attention to us as a group and doing things that might set off security's radar.
Perfect. So Tavish is now at 0 gold. And
And the crown will pay me back.
Oh.
Hopefully.
-1.
The crown will pay me back, hopefully.
Look, yeah. Get a receipt, get that shit back from Tim.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
So yes, you have.
Do I get a receipt? Do I get a receipt so I can be like, Tim, pay me back?
You have a scroll of sale. Okay,
I was good,
yes,
but yeah.
Using that cinematic token, yes, you did in fact pick up that wine.
Shit.
I would like to use diplomacy if I can and just be like, this bottle was sent to you by somebody in the crowd. They wanted to make certain they had it, and they wanted to make certain I delivered it to you.
Perfect. Let's see that. The roll here to beat is 18.
Ooh.
Is that
Oh,
is that
you got-
with my diplomacy?
That is
Yes.
with your diplomacy, yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was really
There's a level of skepticism, and then he's like, yeah, the crowd really responded to me tonight. Thanks. Here, and he like reaches over and grabs 2 gold and like tosses them at you.
Hey.
Thanks. And he kind of like eyes your whole setup, kid,
Oh.
and he's like, what the heck am I looking at? Like, you can tell he's visually confused. Like,
I answer
Why?
the question that he's probably thinking, like, wow, this is gonna sound so weird. As a
Okay,
young
let's
lad,
see it.
I had been in an accident. My employer decided that it was too unsightly to look at.
Oh my God.
Damn.
there is a level of deception in that. So we will say deception, though it's not a severe level of deception. So we're going to say the number is 8.
Come on.
Man out here just lying on his background.
Woo. Okay.
All right. Sure. Anything else you guys need?
I proceed to uncork the bottle, go over to his side table to pour him a glass, and then bring it to him directly.
He holds the glass and he's like, I don't want any trouble.
At
guys.
that moment where he is like questioning, I lean in and say, "You know that you have a contract,
Oh
and you
shit.
haven't been honoring that."
God damn.
he drops the glass like immediately and just like starts running, like he would be running straight towards Epsilon just to set the scene. He's starting to run towards Epsilon, and he immediately is like,
I'd like to grapple him to silence,
Yank him
as
up.
well as like
Yoke that man up.
yes.
Yeah.
here. So that would be grapple for Tavish,
Clothesline.
which is a 1.
A 1, unfortunately.
To beat Vance the Orc, we're going to need to see a roll of 13, or to beat a roll of 13.
Well, fuck.
No. Damn it.
As you reach his, like, the clothes he's wearing for the show, like they're pinned up and all that kind of stuff. So as you pull on them, like they stretch, they change, like the tape gives way, the pins pop out, and like the wardrobe he's grabbing like moves in directions you weren't expecting, and his jacket slips off, and so you're just holding his jacket as this orc is running kind of like straight at you now, Epsilon, just like fear in his eyes, screaming help for help.
I would also like to attempt to grapple this man
How
up.
far are they in that? Is it a different room for me, or is it just a hallway? Is it a room at the door?
I'll describe.
Where are they in relation to me?
They're down a hallway. It's not like a massive hallway, but they are down a hallway into a door. Like you could have seen the room that they went in from where you are, and I'll describe what you hear in a second.
Okay.
We got a good old
So you're
plus
gonna
2
try
to
to-
my grapple. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's see it. That same 13 needs to be beaten.
Come on, game. Don't fuck me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're good for now.
You're able to just like grab onto him. You topple. You slam onto the floor, and you're able to like get him to like stop from going like loudly help to now it's more like a help.
He's over like, bro, chill out.
From outside where you are, Lyra, what you hear is the initial like loud help, but like luckily for like as you're looking around, it doesn't seem like too many people like even remotely can hear it over like the music and the club and the drinks and things like that. And then the second help is much more like, and you just kind of hear like a strained noise, but you do see the security guard coming back to the area.
Of course they do.
Okay.
So Epsilon, what would you be doing?
I think. Okay. I feel like I'm just gonna try to knock him out.
All
Honestly,
right,
that's what I was about to head out with.
I'm just gonna choke him a little bit till he falls asleep.
all right.
We're done. Right in the back of his.
You
There's a little
let's see
donkey
here.
punch, just back of the head.
Y'all are
to-
too much.
To knock him out, the total you need is an 18. However, with this, because he's not really. They're both of you are here. You're both going to roll, and your total is going to be used. So Tavish and Epsilon. So that way, like Tavish is like grabbing his arms to like stop him from struggling and things like that while you try to choke him out. 18 is the number to beat
So
for the two
up.
of you. Let's see it.
Some heroic behavior. Super heroic.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Tavish! Tavish!
What?
What are you doing?
Oh,
You fumbling!
So as you like you get the like you see Tavish coming forward and like grabbing his hands, so you kind of stop trying to worry about his arms and you secure that neck lock, and for the most part you get it like relatively decently. But as Tavish is like grabbing his arms, Vance like turns his arms and grabs Tavish's and pulls Tavish down onto the two of you. Tavish is like kind of like crashes down onto Vance and you, and like it definitely causes damage to Vance, but we're going to let's see here.
I have so many questions.
Let's roll toughness for Epsilon real quick. The number to beat is 10.
I got a good old 1 to my toughness.
I got questions.
Oh, Jesus.
Holy shit!
Gotta be kidding me.
I got that 9 toughness.
And we'll roll one. Right. We'll roll one for Vance as well. Vance does not have a point in this, so he needs to beat a 10 as well.
Vance? Oh,
the Tavish fell.
Oh, fuck
this
me.
man rolled.
Jesus Christ!
As Tavish is toppling down, Vance is able to like slip out as like his arm impacts into Epsilon, and the two of you lie in a pile, and Vance is back onto his feet, and he is out the door in that same motion.
I have questions. I have questions. Okay, so he made it out the door. Does that mean I can see him, and is the security guard looking at me, or is he just walking in the general direction?
You see, he's not like in eye contact yet, but he's like making his way back that way. I see and then him. I know that he's coming back. To answer the forced question, you can force an action, but the 20 that Vance got is going to get him out the door regardless. But you can force an action now that he's out the door.
Well, you said it's a door into a hallway. So
no, sorry. I'm answering. Epsilon was asking if he could force an action.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, let me trip this man up or something on the way past. At least let me just.
Yeah,
I don't want him to get up out of here. Let me just trip him or something.
So he's right. So the current state of things is the door is open. He's got 1 foot out the door, 1 foot still in the door. That's what you see. Like, so you look one way, you see the guard coming. You look the other way, you see a panicked orc fleeing the room. And you wanted to reach for the foot that's still in the room?
I wanna ask. Is there any way I can use a skill to quickly get up and just yoke him back into the room?
You could use. Let's see here. I would accept acrobatics, athletics, or lifting in the current state.
I would like to do that athletics, if that's okay.
Athletics, not a problem. To get out from underneath. 1 second, Tavish. We'll have Epsilon go finish this action first, since you got the 1, and then you'll follow the action afterwards. So to get out from underneath Tavish while he's on top of you, we'll say that is a 13 to beat.
Okay, I got a good old 4 in athletics. Jesus!
Fuck
it was trying to do dirty things.
So bad.
As Tavish is like kind of starting to do the push-up required for him to like get up, you're able to like grab onto his arm and like swing yourself out from underneath him and like get back to your feet. Vance is now like his back foot is now level with the door, so he's 1 foot out, 1 foot in the door frame. And then Tavish, what did you want to try to do?
I was going to try and do a tag team attack again with Epsilon. I was going to use lifting to try and if Epsilon gets him with athletics, I'm going to use lift to drag him back.
So right now there is no tag team to do because nothing's been procced, but I mean you can be ready to do something like that. But so let's go to Lyra real quick. What are you doing, Lyra? As you see an orc halfway out of the door, and you can tell that he's gearing up for that next big belt of screaming help.
Yeah, I'm like, so what do I see of him? Is it just a foot? Like, what do I see?
You see his face, he's in the door frame. You see from a 45-degree angle down the hallway. He's you can tell he's sprinting out of this room. Okay,
because in my mind, do I see that they're trying to grab him? I don't see any.
No, you can't. You can't see them at all. Yeah.
Okay, so my friend. I'm over here would I try to trip him too? No, because I heard him yelling. I'm actually, the yelling is probably worse than any of the other things. So in my mind, what I would probably do is it's another thing. I'm gonna try to snap at him and like basically the equivalent of plucking him in the throat so he can't speak.
All right, let's see it.
But obviously not permanently. Just like trying to just knock the wind out of him.
All
I like
right,
how
let's see this attack roll with sound on Vance.
As soon as you want to use a sound attack, the music kicks in.
I love it. Oh, that's not bad at all.
You just crumpled that man's throat.
No, because it worked the way I wanted it to work, which wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. As Vance begins to yell, he's like, and he grabs his throat. And actually, let's roll another toughness check for Vance. This time, he needs to beat a 15.
Sorry, Vance.
Damn.
Vance just crumbles to the ground, like holding his throat, and like the pain he's just tearing up, like tears are running down his face as he's just holding his throat.
And then James' throw was good. Does that mean that they are?
Yeah, you're now just like standing looking at him. Yeah. What would you like to do, Epsilon?
I guess. I'm gonna try to intimidate this man.
Is he back in the room? Let's get this.
Yeah, I'm assuming he fell back into the room, right?
Yeah, no, Vance fell backwards into the room. Yeah, he crumpled, he grabbed his throat, he fell backwards in, so he's in the room. The door is still open.
The door is open, guys.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go close the door. Then I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna crouch down next to him and be like, I think you can understand that it's in your best interest to cooperate with us. We don't want to hurt you, but we have a job to do.
Please don't kill me.
Oh, bro, we ain't trying to. Look, they're like, look, we're not trying to kill you, guy. I'm not in there. I'm just talking.
We have a friend who very much would like for you to come on back home.
I thought you said you were trying to kill me.
We aren't trying to do that now.
Do you have reason to believe that our friend wants you dead?
See, you getting too personal. You ask too many questions.
You're from Vito, right?
I can't say.
Oh.
Can I intercede by stepping on his chest and just being like, not really to drive the wind out of him and be like, to just be like, don't try it again, and I think we can put in a good word for you.
That'll be let's get an unarmed check for Tavish. As he is in a crippled state, this is only a 4 required to beat the poor Vance.
Jeez.
I want to interject here. I feel like Lyra at this point is trying to like create a bubble and try to move away a little bit so the guard doesn't have to come right back by the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, I get you.
trying to make a little bit of a bubble here.
As you stamp down on Vance's chest, he's like, and he's just like covering his face, and he's like whimpering, and he's like,
Come on, guys.
So, is there like
I look at Epsilon's.
I was gonna say, I
Would you
look
mind
around. Is there like
grabbing a jacket to put over him? He's had too much to drink tonight. He needs to go home.
Oh, okay, I look around. Look around
there's
for a jacket.
more than enough. Yeah, I mean, in fact, also you would note that like the jacket that you're wearing is from his his own closet, and while for
Should've
you
known.
it's a trench coat, for him it's more like a waistcoat.
Okay, well, I give him his waistcoat, I suppose.
What you wearing then? You gonna stick out?
I'm gonna steal one of
Wearing
his
your
other
normal
shits in
clothes.
here. Put one of these other trench coats on.
Disguise. Okay.
As I assume you're standing him up to like take him out.
Oh, I'm picking him up. I'm lifting him.
Okay.
I'm gonna lift him. I've got 2 points of that, so we're just gonna carry him.
He's not resisting, and he's not that heavy. So you're picking him up is not too bad. But the whole time he's just going like, "You don't have to do this, man. You don't have to do this."
Why are we villains now? Why did I fall into this so easily? I gotta.
This is why I walked away from the door, because they're coming out. This is they can't be. I can't be here. He can't be over here. That's why I went to meet him.
Over on the Lyra side, you do intercept him before, and he's like, "They're not gonna let me go early tonight." But I mean, 4 hours isn't that long, right, baby?
Oh God,
Brody.
I don't know why they.
Brody as fuck.
Sorry, that was weird
EVS.
for a second. 4 hours is a mighty long time, though. There's nobody else that can stay and say it.
No, and they're saying because I guess there's something going on outside. They want all the security to stay.
There's something going on. What's going on outside?
I don't know. I did like the police and the detective or something are out there. I guess there was another murder or something, but like it's just who cares about that? Like I just.
Well, now you have to. Well, now you have to go. You can't let me go out there by myself. I need you to secure my way home.
If I leave my post, I'm gonna get fired.
Oh. Well, at least stay with me. Well, can you at least stay with me until they leave?
He looks around. He goes over and he grabs like one of the tables and he like slides over a small table, and it's still like near the that way, but it is more off to the side. So like he's like, I mean, I'll have to stand, but like if you sit at the table, you know, it's like we're together, right?
This guy's
Is
trying
there
so
any
hard.
other way out? Is that hallway the only fucking way? Is there a back door in this bitch?
100% back door.
You would know that the hallway does continue back, but you don't know where it goes.
Of course I don't. I haven't been down there. Okay. I feel like I would sit at the table, but I'm still trying to hold his attention while I'm at the table.
Perfect. So Tavish and Epsilon, what are we doing?
Oh, I'm gonna look
I
at.
look at.
Don't ruin this for me.
We're looking at each other.
No, we are looking at each other.
like,
I was like,
"What the fuck are we doing? The fuck are we doing here?" Okay. I need to intimidate this man though.
you need
Before
to
we leave.
gag him. Grab one of his socks, a fucking bow tie or anything, but tie it in his mouth. I can't have him mewling
Then
all the
you
way
gotta-
back.
You gotta pop up the collar so they don't see his face.
Listen, if we're gonna do all this,
What,
Yes.
what did I do to you guys?
okay, listen, if we're gonna do all this, I got a better idea. I feel like we're gonna. Okay, you work on that. All right. I want to look around. And I want to see
Okay.
if they got one of those like big, like laundry hamper type rolly situations in here. You know what I'm saying? I want to tie this man up, gag him, and toss him in that motherfucker. Throw a bunch of clothes on him, and we roll this motherfucker out the back door.
In
Yes,
a club,
he has like
Club's gotta do laundry.
a large thing that it like is for his specific wardrobes and whatnot. And since it's meant to be able to have like full length, like, you know, trench coats and suits and things like that, it's more than large enough, like tall enough, and it is thick enough because it's meant to, like, you'll have to empty out all the clothes, but yeah, you could definitely fit him inside.
Put the clothes on top.
Okay, yep.
Bow, bow.
We doing that, and then I'm gonna get dressed up in some of his clothes as like a. And when I ask, it's like I don't know. I'm part of his people that be getting his wardrobes together to take that shit back. I don't know.
He's a stylist.
Like, so as you're trying to put him in the case, he's like, he's not like fighting, but he's like constantly trying to like pull himself out, like, Don't put me in the case. Don't put me in the case. Come on, please, please.
Does it lock?
Is this a hard case or is it like soft?
It's a hard case.
Oh my god. Okay. I look at Tavish. Knock him out.
Well, last time I tried an unarmed punch, it didn't really work out all that well.
Oh, I feel like such a villain today.
We are taking too long. We need to get going.
I'm socking him in the nose. I'm trying to knock him out.
All right.
The orc, man, he's gonna be so damn strong. I got one.
Face? In the
one.
face.
All right.
No.
So we're trying to knock him out. We're gonna need a 12.
God, please,
Shit.
brother. That show almost was a 1. I hurt my hand in the punch.
It just
You
bounced
just
off
you
his
punch
face.
him in the face, and he's just like, oh,
Why'd you do that?
why?
What'd you do that for?
I then take that moment of disconfusion to just like, all right, he's not that
Try to-
heavy. We need to
try to
get on the
just close
tram. We don't have another like easy way to get him on the tram, and we're not going to push this whole fucking thing out there onto the tram. At that point, he's going to make more noise if he's in the case because he's alone and he doesn't see anything, and clearly that's a thing. Where I'm just going to scoop his dumbass up, tell him that if he doesn't want to go in there, he needs to shut the fuck up. If you don't want to be in the case, you need to be quiet and do exactly what I tell you.
No.
Then I toss him in the case and
Sock him
just blows it real hard right after him, like no hesitation. Just
When he says no,
full
I want
on.
to sock him. Before he throws him in the case. After he says no, I want to hit him in the face again. Before
All
he
right,
throws him.
Let's see it. 12.
So many things happening.
Oh, villainry.
Oh, okay.
I'll punch good
okay.
today. I'll punch good.
He's distracted by like the offer of like, what? Just let myself be kidnapped? No. And in that, like you clock him good, and he's like, and slumps back into the case, and Tavish chucks him back into it and closes it.
I then
Oh my
grab the
God.
case, go out into the hallway. I look at the door that we just left at. I look the other way, and I look back at Epsilon like, I don't think we can get him through the main dance floor of the club. We might have to take that way.
Out the back.
And I'm
So
just
we
out
go
here like, so
down
where do you stay?
this mysterious ass hallway, leading wherever
the
it
way.
fucking leads.
So
I'm leading the
they're heading into the back, and he's like, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but right now I just live coffin to coffin. But you know, I mean, we could always get a coffin for 2.
Oh my god, they make
The
those?
fucking coffins, bruh.
You
Oh,
can't
the
do shit in a
coffin.
coffin. It's literally a coffin. What you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, where are you staying?
Well, right now I'm on Sweet Street. Sorry.
Oh.
This man got shook immediately.
That face.
That might have
shook
been the wrong thing to say.
No, not really.
I've never talked to a sugar fairy before.
A sugar fairy. Said you a street walking man.
No.
A street
No,
walking man.
I think you took that the wrong way, James.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You are.
But
You
God
are
only
definitely.
knows.
Like,
You are.
you gotta be thinking like Glucose Guardian, like Sugar Mama, Sugar Daddy type stuff. That's where it's at.
Sir.
Yeah.
Where?
I'm
I didn't.
over here like I am not from these parts.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were so well off. I mean, I feel like you could probably have most people in the club. Why me?
So say, I'm not
poor
worried
guy.
about most people.
Well,
Sorry. I'm gonna kick out of this.
As
Flirting in D&D.
as Epsilon and Tavish maneuver the case down, like, back into the back of the house, there are 2 doors that you come to.
Choose right.
A door on the left and a door on the right.
I want to use perception to see if I hear, like, is one the kitchen? Or is one, like, the green room? Or is one, like, a hallway?
Like, can I
So
hear
that
the
leads to
outside?
outside. Like,
Stay here. Let's get a perception for you. You've got 2, and the perception to beat is 10.
Okay.
come on, die. Don't.
Jesus Christ.
Boy! Can I get on this?
Of course.
Please do.
I believe you have a 2 as well.
Oh god.
That,
Hey.
oh my, that was almost
That
bad.
John really was trying to.
Oh, disrespect.
You can't, like, really discern what, like, is behind each door, but one of the things you can discern is that the door on the left has voices and they're talking. Like, there's a conversation actively going on behind the door on the left, whereas you hear nothing from the door on the right.
I want to peek into the door on the right.
All right, you want a stealth check on the door on the right?
Is that even worth doing with a 0? I guess it is worth doing.
All right,
you don't hear anything.
the number to beat is a 5.
I swear to God.
Oh
my God. It was almost a
That shit.
I swear to God.
As you
God.
as you peek through the door, you see it's like another set of, like, hallways and doors and things like that. Though like, you can't tell where any of these doors go.
Christ.
Well, I push it open and then we continue onwards.
Perfect. All right, you guys are heading on down, and at this point,
Signs? Are there any signs like exit here, loading dock, bay, anything? God damn it.
Why do I feel
as
like I know what these rooms are for, and it's nefarious? Just thinking about where we are. Ian, you didn't hear all the details about this place.
as you continue to flirt with the security guard, and the rest of our party makes their way down the hallway. They eventually reach like the end of the hallway. If they glance into any of the rooms along the way, they're just kind of small, like, offshoot rooms. They're maybe the size of a bedroom. They feel a little more cramped than that, and they're basically just decadent. They've got, like, candles in them. They've got beds. They've got, some of them have whips, some of them have chains, some of them have, all sorts of different accoutrements. And you eventually make it down into, like, this.
As we go by, I need to dip in there. I need to get a gag for our captive.
Don't open that box though. Just grab it and stick it in your pocket for later.
I need to make sure he don't wake up.
All right.
He don't wake up and start yelling.
So you
I'm
have
like,
one.
are there handcuffs?
Are
in
you
there?
applying it now, or?
Oh yeah, handcuffs, a gag. Yep, I'm putting them all on. This man about to be tied up in there.
Gotcha. He is restrained.
He looks like he had a night gone wrong. He had a night gone wrong. That's what. It looks
Or a
like.
night gone right.
The two of you are able to make it down to the end of the hallway. At the end of the hallway, it lets out into this alleyway, and the alleyway, like, it's like the internal of the building is this alleyway. So it's like you have to walk down this alleyway, and this alleyway like leads to another one, and then finally that like third alleyway actually leads like out of the building. Like this whole time, you would still have a roof over your head for the majority of this journey.
Okay.
So are they out? They're outside, but inside.
We're on the outer
they're-
extremities of the building, but not like truly outside yet.
Like they're basically, it's like the area in which that trash and things like that would get dropped off initially as they're moved to the true like outgress of the building, but like it is technically still inside. It would be like a building cave, if you will.
It's like the service hallways of like a mall or something. Like
Yeah, kind of.
it's where a lot of the infrastructure of the building like actually is.
As you guys make it through that, there's a couple of times where people like open doors and see you, but it's mostly people dropping off trash, and they just see people in the alley not dropping off trash, and you can tell they're quickly like and just leave. They're like, I don't know what that is, I'm not messing with it.
Yep.
And they just close the door.
Like I ain't
Yeah.
see shit.
Yeah. If anyone looks too long,
So how
give
long
them
would
a
how long would
intimidating look.
how long would Lyra flirt with the security guard?
Oh, Lyra's gonna tell the security guard that she has to go find her friend because she hasn't seen her in a while. If he wants, we can. If he has a freak of his own, we could like exchange, and I have to go find her. So we got to get out of here before it gets too late.
He's like, have my own freak. I wish, but hey, he pulls out like a piece of paper and he writes down. He's like, I'm usually at one of these coffins, so you know if you ever want to meet up,
Fucking coffins, bro.
you know.
So I'll take it from him. I will. But I do have to find my friend.
Well, hey, you know, I'll see you.
What's your name, by the way?
You dirty. Look at this man. Why you do him like that?
Liam.
He was almost scot-free. Neil.
He's like, God
Said
damn.
Liam.
Liam. I heard it.
That's good.
I
Good
heard
guard
it,
name.
I
He's like,
heard it.
I have to write this down to make sure it is canon.
Oh yeah, I had
He
one
was
more question
almost
about
scot-free.
what race is
Question
Liam?
mark.
bro?
I just know he's not an
Oh,
orc.
okay,
I know
he's
that.
human.
I asked that
She
question.
would have known. She said I specifically checked.
I
Well, you
did.
don't know if he's an orc.
She don't like no greenies.
I guess
He'll be an
technically I
orc.
don't know. Technically, yes, I don't know if he's an orc. He could be an orc. Just
Oh, the cultural or not the
yeah.
genetic.
I don't know.
Finding Sequoia isn't hard, as she's so like transfixed on like figuring out a way to get into VIP herself and try to figure out where Shawnee went and things like that. That she stands out like a sore thumb in the party, and she's like, he never came back, and Hedera's gone now.
Damn.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know if there's anything I can do to help with that, but I think that our friends, may have succeeded, and we should probably get out of here.
Oh,
Through the front door.
All right, sure.
I just wanted everyone to know the guard did not ask me my name. He don't know it. Thank you.
As you're making your way to the front door, you feel like someone grab gently, like right like on your elbow, and just kind of like turn you around, and you're met with this this woman. This like she meets you eye to eye. She's very pretty.
Oh, shit.
And as she's looking at you, she goes, so,
Shit.
the champion of humanity.
Oh,
And-
this is what happens.
Lyra, isn't it?
It is.
Heroes from Ambervale. And they were just going to leave my party? Thought there was more of you.
Oh nah.
I feel like this isn't really their scene. I kind of fit in more than the rest of the party. They didn't want to come.
That's well, it's more that they wanted to leave early, I guess, isn't it?
I suppose. I don't know where they are right now.
It's fair. They didn't leave through the front door, though. I hope you all know what you're doing.
I was actually looking for someone named Sigma. She also has blue hair. Have you seen her?
No, but I'll keep an eye out for her.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, I guess we know who our friends are, don't we?
I'm not sure how to take that, but since who she was looking for she can no longer find, I guess we don't have much else to do here.
You know, if she's so interested in meeting Hedera, I could make that happen. Sequoia is like,
Yeah, I'm very sorry.
I mean, yeah. Why would you help us? Maybe, things that are mine are given back to me. And, in exchange, you know, things that you want can happen. Because that's what Elysium is all about. Getting what you want. Now, I do want you to know that if you don't want to take me up on my deal, I'm afraid I'm going to have to release these. And she, hands over, this little, you've seen Anguin, sorry, not Anguin. You've seen the mage in the bar had one. It's like a circle mirror-like device that uses a arcane, it's Ambervalian magic. You'd be relatively familiar with it. It's a way to view things through that are happening in other places or events and stuff like that. They were very common during the World's Fair, so you could watch different things. And on it is an image of Vance meeting with thespians, and you recognize them immediately as Okram and such like that. And she looks back up and goes, and if those were to get out, well, I just think that poor Vito would suffer, poor Vance would suffer a very unfortunate, painful existence with Vito. And we don't want that, do we?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay. You can keep him, I guess. But just know that will get out.
I don't have anything. I came to find my friend so we could get out of here.
That's a level of deception.
I don't have anything, but sure.
It's a level of deception. It's an omission. It's an omission of information. So we won't give it the full one. We'll say the number to beat is a 14. Deception. Ooh, 0 in deception.
Damn!
I didn't have anything because I technically don't have anything. I'm not in possession of shit.
She goes,
except for a phone number or an address.
Right. Okay. That's fine.
It's funny. She said deal. She ain't saying that there was no terms exchanged. She was just like, or else this is gonna happen. I'm like, or else, what do you mean?
Well,
There was no.
as she looks at Sequoia, if you want to meet her, you know what to do. Just bring poor Vance back. He's happier here anyway. But the two of you have a great night. Thanks for coming to
no
Club
idea
Aqua.
who the fuck Vance is.
Yeah, she is. She's quite
no
confused by
fucking
this. Other than, well, I mean, she knows why you're here because she was at the meeting and stuff, but she didn't interact with any of the prior or anything else.
So she's like, who? Oh, and
Well,
Vance?
she knows who Vance is. She's just
Yeah.
like, what do you mean give her back? I don't. What? Why are you acting
Did
like
we
you
take
know? What are you talking about?
Right. Yep, pretty much. 100%.
But as the two of you leave, Sequoia is like, why did she think we have Vance?
Well, are we still in there, or are we?
No,
like,
no. This is after you're leaving. You're out the front door.
Okay. I'm over here like, is it bad that before I say something, I feel like I need to like look around and make sure no one's.
Here's how it's standing right behind you.
Because I'm saying, I feel like I need to make sure that no one's actually.
Yeah, no. Like I said, you're out the
actively-
front door. You're onto the staircase outside of the building, stuff like that.
Okay. Why would you think we have Vance? Well, the big scary Viper man sent us to retrieve him.
I know that part. I was there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do it? When did you guys do that?
Do you see our other friends?
Oh.
So
I
we're
guess
just
maybe
gonna-
I should have helped.
So we're just gonna go back to the hotel as if nothing happened. Let's go back to the trail.
In this precise moment, he's just like, Epsilon's like, Bricker Frackin', Bricker, champion humanity, Bricker Frackin'.
As you're
Champion
walking
of
out,
humanity does nothing, gets her hand, she gets all the glory, we all the dirty work.
the party all converges in kind of one area where like the tram pickup would be, and
We gotta act like we don't know them.
next to the tram pickup area, like there's like a taped off section where there's like vice security and stuff, and you see this person standing over a body, and they're smoking this weird cigarette that every time they like exhale, this like blue mist exudes from their mouth. I was standing there
Fancy.
My
trying to
God.
figure out
God.
how another one of these happened in an enticement center. No one else seemed to know what happened. That's when I saw them. These individuals from Ambervale. They were traveling with the champion of humanity. I knew I needed to talk to them from the second I saw them.
Oh, this is a monologue.
As I,
Yeah.
Okay.
as
Okay.
I,
Breaking up the ambient.
as I
It's from the wall.
approached the party, this group traveling together, I immediately knew that they had something. A weird case. But I couldn't just ask them about it. I'll start off friendly. And so as this detective is like standing over the body, you see him notice you all. You get this weird feeling as you're watching him that you're picking up on how he's like you're getting this weird sensation that you're, even though he's not speaking to you right now, his mannerisms, his movements, they're all conveying this story that almost sounds like it's talking to you. you're as he approaches you, you get this feeling immediately that he's suspicious about the package that you carry with you. Yet reassurance that he's not gonna ask you about it. As he looks up at the party and goes, "Heroes from Ambervale, huh? What brings you all to town?"
These are not the droids you are looking for.
We're on official business for Ambervale. We're here to get them clearance for a dock.
That was.
You know, Club Aqua's not actually on the water, right?
Poor choice of words, good sir.
No, but we do know that most of the one of the big level players for the city of Vice resides here. Owns the club.
That's fair. He does not speak this part, but again, the party gets the feeling or the vibe that they understand what is said. They weren't going to give me a straight answer, and I knew it. Rumor on the street was that they already had made a deal with Vito the Viper. I knew they weren't here to talk to Lady Azure, but why would they lie to me about such a small detail? Must come back to why they have that case. But that's not the case I'm working on right now.
Well,
What,
there's not a whole lot we can do at night to procure space on the dock, so we decided just to have a night out.
See the scenes. Enjoy the city. Well...
Or not enjoy it.
Better than that guy. And he gestures behind him. You ever seen him before? Hero? As
I glance over.
Take a peek.
the only thing that you recognize about the person is it is in fact the same person that Sean E reacted to, going like, "Oh, they're here!" And you saw him like go over and join a group of other people like in that like freak community,
Group.
like the influencers, if you will.
Can't say that I know him personally, but I did remember hearing that somebody mentioned him in a familiar way that was a surprise that he was here. What about? I'm not too certain.
Well, any chance you're going to tell me who your friend was? You said friend, right? You said that part.
Yes, I did say friend.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think he has anything to hide. So, sure. A friend of ours, Sean E. He was talking to him earlier. Don't know what about, but I figure just friendly stuff. I don't know his business, though.
Well, I guess while we're talking about it, any chance you want to say what's in the case?
Not exactly. I hope you don't mind.
I knew they were never going to tell me what was in the case, but
Oh my god.
I needed to keep them off their rhythm. Needed to make sure they didn't feel too comfortable in Vice. When people get comfortable, that's when rules get broken. And that's how people end up dead.
Like
time
looking
I let
around
them-
like,
I guess at this point, it's just going to be another unsolved murder. I don't like the way this is trending.
Now, see, I don't know what's in the. I haven't seen what's in the case, but I know it doesn't belong to us, and we are just returning it to its rightful owner.
Well, if it's stolen merchandise, The
I didn't
police are
say it
always a
was
good option.
stolen. I just said I haven't seen what's inside it.
Fair enough. Well, in which case, heroes, why don't all of you have a great night and sleep well.
I'm never coming back to Vice ever again.
We will try, and I hope you
You do the same, Constable.
If I'm
I don't know the word officer.
It's just so funny. It just makes you sound. You're so old timey. It's just so funny.
I'm not even saying shit else. We just walking away after that. That was a goodbye.
I didn't even say anything to him. I just watched him leave.
James,
I was already fucked up.
Shit.
I already fucked up. I'm just gonna be quiet now. Just gonna be quiet.
as you guys are boarding the tram as it arrives, the last feeling you get from him as he goes, 7 Ambervalians here in the city. It's gotta mean something. Well, maybe I'll find the answer to that. Maybe I'll just have to have another bottle.
I don't know who knows.
And the group, the 5 of you board the tram.
I want to send
Who's
a
the
message.
5? Who's the 5?
Who is the 5?
Tim is with us.
Oh, Tim. I was
Okay.
going to say
Tim
you
has
talking about
been
old
with
boy.
us the entire time.
I was like, you talking about old boy in the box?
He's 6.
So where does the party take the tram to?
I feel like we need to don't pass go
Sweetwater.
straight to old boy. We're not going to take this to the house for the night. No.
As
We're taking
the
Do
party,
we know where to take it back to get to Vito?
I assume we were going back to Fortuna.
Well, that was a section. But, we were at Sweet Treat, which was in the Fortuna section, correct?
You talking about Sweet Street? That's where the hotels are.
Yeah.
We ain't taking him back to the hotel.
So where would you take him in Fortuna?
Okay, wait. I guess we have to have a discussion. Do we not? Also,
I mean, you're
I
on the
don't
train.
know. What place
Well,
is
I
his
mean-
place?
I'm saying that for Sequoia's sake. I don't actually know anything about it, so I can't actually broach no conversation. I was
What?
not privy to this conversation.
Over what?
So where in Fortuna are we headed?
I mean,
I feel like it's wherever we saw the man running out of that got turned into blood rain.
spaghetti sauce.
Yeah,
We're just gonna take him straight to Vito.
Figured
he should have had a V8.
Oh my god,
In which case,
looking like some V8.
as the party arrives in Fortuna, as you exit the tram and you kind of start walking back into that section, and you're kind of like looking around. It doesn't take too long for one of the people, like the enforcers, if you will, that were like following the group, for Epsilon to like notice one of them, and he comes up and he's like,
Hey.
Is that it?
I like look around. Is there anyone else around other than us?
I mean, there's tons of people hustling and bustling around, but
It's
yeah.
a casino.
It is.
Yeah.
This way. And he leads the party through another set of like winding little alleyways and pop-up stores and little like shanty things, and you find yourselves via a different route back to that same diner that you were at previously. And the exchange is very brief. Vito, like, he's at a table, he's smoking, he sees like you all walk in, he like looks, you open the case, he gestures for you to leave it there, and the only thing he says is, contract will be in the suite. Once you sign it, that dock's gonna be yours. Yeah.
I feel like before we leave, I should say that the blue lady, the lady in the blue, she showed us, or at least I saw, a picture of him talking to the thespians, and she said that would be bad. I don't know why, but I'm just letting you know. That's all.
Oh. Thespian, huh? You were talking about this. By the way, he's still unconscious. Vito comes up to him, and he's like, oh, if that's true. Well, you don't need to worry about that anymore, do you?
I don't like this man. He's scary.
Your contract will be in your suite. As far as Vance is concerned, well, if what you just said is true, I guess his singing days are going to come to an abrupt end. And he just kind of reaches into the case and kind of folds him back in, and then just kicks the case over and slides it under a table.
He's crushing.
Goes back to his table and sits in the table, and then just props his feet up on the case.
He's ripping his spine out like a predator.
This poor man is bound and trussed up in S&M gear, just laying there, knocked out. He gonna wake up.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I processed that information incorrectly, but it's okay. It's too late now. He's whatever. Not my problem.
You can tell Shawnee his debt's forgiven.
I will send him a freak right now. Just said you're good.
You're all good now. You can leave.
All right, we leaving. Bouncing.
I turn and leave.
Tavish takes a moment, kind of rights himself, and says, "It was a pleasure to do business with you, Mr. Vito."
Always happy to
Takes
make
a
another
small
deal.
Always makes a slight head tilt, follows the rest of the group out.
I was going to say,
As,
Tavish is that person at the meeting. I got a question when it's supposed to be over, and we're like, shut up!
As the party heads back to Sweet Street, since that suite is still theirs for the night, they're able to get to the room, settle up for the night, and each take their rest. As the party each finds their own version of rest, whether it's sleep or just kind of a low energy, form of thinking for Tavish. Everyone is overwhelmed with this wave of emotion, this feeling that at first feels like their own, and then very clearly isn't.
Lesbian-esque, if you ask me. Not that my character knows that.
Fair.
None of us know about that shit no more.
I know who the thespians are. I was there. Oh my god!
I'm beginning to think that these murders might be connected. It started with two Rudies outside the main fight arena. And then the collection bots. And now tonight, an influencer outside of Club Azure. And now this guy. This fighter. He's just so clearly posed. Who would pose somebody in an 8? The flats of his feet touching.
What?
His arms in a circle above his head. I I hadn't noticed it with the other ones, but I think they might have been numbers too. If that's true, though, it could be what? An 11? 10? 9? Is it counting? Is it a message? What does it mean? I'm just not quite sure what's going on. The fact that this one's so obvious, though, I can't help but think this kid was a fighter. He often talked about how he was from Ambervale. And those Ambervalians, they were on Dock 8. Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to pay them another visit. This city. Vice. Really does just make rudies of us all. What's up with that one coming back early? I'm gonna have to check the timeline. Maybe it adds up.
Oh.
Vice. You never disappoint. But for now, I guess the only comfort I'm gonna get is at the end of this bottle. And then the party finds themselves drifting off to sleep. And with that, we are all wrapped up for our session today. A little bit of outro wrap up. We've got we've got Tavish here, ended the session at 0 gold. Everyone else, for the most part, unchanged, except for Sequoia, down 200. Tavish also used a narrative point. Just a couple of other little touch-ups is Mervis did also make it back to the room. He was there. He was fine. Okay. And we are all set as far as that is concerned. The next session will be on the 10th. Yes? Do you have something to throw in there?
Does Tavish technically have 2 gold?
Oh, yes. Technically, Tavish does have 2 gold because he was tipped.
Oh my god, brother.
I got you.
I'm so talking to Tim after this. Be like, hey, can I get that money back, bro?
Yeah.
Can they reimburse me?
Anyway.
And so we will see you all again on the 10th. And we'll have some fun there. But until such a time, thank you for watching, whether it was live or you have watched it after we have all wrapped up. And goodbye. Have a beautiful time.
Have a beautiful time.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We're villains. Villains.
Be quiet.